Hello, we're live. Sorry for the delay. I was yelling into the void at OBS, so that's kind of just my day every Thursday around 8:30. It's just, why is everything breaking? Yes, it always do. Because technology just be like that sometimes. Hi, I hope everyone's having a fantastic day out there in Twitchland. Last week, Allie reminded us that I think it was Allie, that it was National Ice Cream Day, which is a really cool thing that I didn't know about. So
we didn't eat a single bit of ice cream in the campaign either.
Yeah. We'll have to make
that's like a betrayal. we gotta do that. All right, so I took it upon myself to look up what the holidays for today are, just because I'm kind of interested in weird holidays. So today's National Hot Dog Day, which apparently it's the first day of opening for the MLB. So, all right, Hot Dog Day.
First start of summer.
National Wiener Day. Excellent.
I think it's earlier usually though.
We get sort of a callback to National Ice Cream Day with National Vanilla Ice Cream Day.
Can you double up like that?
Oh, on holidays? Yeah, it's a lawless land. You can have a holiday for whatever you want.
It's also my favorite.
Why don't we have 100 Christmases? Because that's the best one. Or 100 Halloweens.
Did you just break the Matrix?
Why is it every day Halloween if we can make our own holidays?
Well, I'm in my costume right now because,
technically, nobody's stopping you from celebrating Halloween.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
just go trick or treat. It's like, knock on the door. Trick or treat. Do you have any small vodka bottles?
Ooh. Now we're talking.
So it's Vanilla Ice Cream Day. Please don't combine that with National Hot Dog Day celebrations. Do them separately.
Oh.
No 2 scoops on your hot dog.
That's
it is National Refreshment Day, which I feel like is a vague thing. I get nothing from that name. Is that a drink? Is it a refreshing walk in the woods? Who knows?
Maybe that's all. Maybe that's kind of the spirit of it.
Did I forget to hit record on OBS, so it's recording this for YouTube? Yes, I did.
Nobody needed our conversation.
Last time I announced that we were having music, and I was like, hey, we're having music by this awesome artist on, you can find their Twitter here, and then I didn't hit play.
Heck.
So, yeah, there's like 3 brain cells just clacking together in my brain, struggling for dominance.
They're doing their best.
They're doing their best. They're doing their best, and that's what matters. So I'm gonna hit play, then I'm gonna pause that so I do actually remember, and it's not gonna blast y'all with like Lady Gaga or whatever insane thing I was listening to, which could be fun, but maybe not good for our Twitch channel.
Maybe slightly copyright infringement.
Yeah. Anyways, before we continue to the actual thing we're gonna do today, I did want to read off the last holiday on this list, which is Gorgeous Grandma Day.
Grandmas.
That's amazing.
For all the gorgeous grandmas out there.
So what if you have?
That's everyone. That's
me being a positive ray of sunshine is like, every grandma's gorgeous and they all deserve this day. Why don't we celebrate them all? Yeah, but I guess I feel like gorgeous grandma. That's a little
Wicked witches,
specific. Maybe. I don't know how you celebrate this, but grandma. If there's a gorgeous grandma in your life, tell her that you love her and that she's gorgeous.
I like it.
If she's not already in bed, if she is, don't bother.
Oh yeah, it's on the East Coast it's 8:47, so
exactly.
Oh yeah,
your gorgeous grandmother's probably been asleep for 6 hours at least, getting up for the 3 a.m. Bojangles special or whatever.
That's right.
Hello, Schaefer. Oof. Oh, is that a gorgeous grandma in chat?
She's gonna be. That's my mom.
Oh.
And
it's Aaron's mom.
My little sister is gonna have a baby this fall, so she's not grandma technically yet until like October.
Gorgeous pre-grandma.
Gorgeous pre-grandma.
Almost grandma.
Exactly.
So gorgeous grandma to be. Remember, July 23rd is your day. It's a cool thing, right? Okay, I guess I should actually start the session.
All right, I'm ready.
Hi, welcome to the Destination Isle on Games with Frands. The stream once described on Twitter as a good time, quote unquote, by me. I'm the reviewer. I think we're kind of cool. Today on stream, we'll have some music by Autumn Orange, who's very kindly allowed their music for streams, assuming I hit the play button on Spotify, because sometimes I forget that. Thank you for allowing us to use your music. You can follow them at twitter.com/sonicvaughn, VAUGHN. They are super awesome. Okay, today our sponsor is Kayla with words. Do you have words of sponsorship?
Yay, sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my words.
Okay. She, you heard it from our sponsor, Gay Sponsorship.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Last week on the Destination Isle, I'm just looking at this recap, and I'm like, good God, we did so much. Nas began his day with a research session in the local library where he found information on the history of the Ormurian orcs that live on the island, Destination Isle. And he discovered that Ilis, the city where the Golden Escape Casino is located at, was founded on a Ormurian ancestral worship site. When he returned from his trip, Nas found 4 boxes that Tulkas had left at his door filled with Ike's spicy hot sauce, both spicy in taste and visuals, because, oh Lord, I still need to commission art for those. Nas and Topaz also had a conversation about what to do with the tablet and the new knowledge of Ilis' location. Meanwhile, Aver and Kazri visited Lorna's Magical Expo, where they purchased a few new items, including a pair of very exotic boots for Kazri. I believe we had some sort of a differing vision on what those looked like, but I liked your vision
I have a print
better.
coming. Hold on. Just hold on. I'm going to get the print off the
printer.
printer.
Oh, nice. Okay, so we had a print that coming. Aver bought a enchanted bow and some arrows, and Kazri also purchased a very cool set of enchanted charm bracelets for each of the party that had little flashlights on them. Also, a book of porn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's also that.
A book of porn, a Grox Grumbler named Sex Good. You have the pronoun?
It's only just pictures? That book is?
Oh, no, it's got words and
There's
pictures.
storyline to it, okay, too.
There's story,
okay, so,
but there's a lot of pictures.
Here's the picture. Okay, so these are the boots that I actually got, evidently. Can't see it too good.
That was me just going to my FF14 brain and being like, hey, that's what they look like. I wear those boots on my character.
See if I can
not?
Get it in the middle here for the stream. Okay, yeah, so I got these boots. This is what I was actually envisioning.
Yeah, I was thinking more utilitarian, but also nice. Not fetish boots.
Okay, maybe
they are utilitarian.
You could do the top one, but just add the stiletto heels. Onto them.
Yeah.
And polish them.
Yeah.
All right, well, I got a little DIY in my future here.
So, I'm not saying you can't have those boots. Please take those boots. But we had a differing vision, and I do like them. Yeah. Okay. After that, Avery and Kazri returned to Topaz's apartment, where Nas received a letter made out of a collage of cutouts, which is very ransom chic, demanding that the party bring the tablet that they had recovered, the Ormurian tablet, to the Brownwater Tavern. The letter was addressed from someone named Big, B-I-G, as in a big person. The party came up with a plan that involved Aver watching as security at Topaz's show while Kazri would check out Big at the tavern. Before the concert, however, the party determined that Aver must find a fashionable dress for her sentry duty. Topaz assisted Aver with finding some nice clothes and taught her to work with an E. Libro even stopped by.
Can you put the picture up on the stream?
Oh, yeah.
Is that too hard? I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I can. It'll take us a
Okay,
second.
it's too hard, but
it's too hard. I'll find it in a minute though. But Kayla drew
find it while we're talking.
Really cool one. So yeah, I'll find it while we're talking in a bit. Libro even stopped by to deliver a rose to Topaz from Troy, and Topaz gifted Libro a ribbon, which was very appreciated. He did several pirouettes in the air and then flew out of a window to parts unknown. Aver in the concert found 2 spies watching the show, while Kazri had a nice meeting with Big, who turned out to be a rather intimidating halfling man. Big told Kazri that she can have all the work she would ever want with the Songbirds, the gang that Big represents, if she brings the tablet to him. However, if Kazri returns to the Brownwater Inn, or Tavern, without the tablet, then bad things, quote-unquote, of a stabbing nature might happen to her. Kazri left the casino tailed by 2 shadowy figures that she somehow managed to lose into an alley, probably because she's very sneaky. Back at the concert, Troy brought Topaz a dozen roses, but he was unable to get backstage due to Nos, who finally allowed Libro to deliver the roses himself. Troy was pretty sad about that. Afterwards, the party decided to hit up the Bottomless Cauldron for some mozzarella sticks with Troy and Tulkas. And there, the party decided to wait until Monday to investigate the tomb's supposed location. Topaz ended the party's return to the Golden Escape with a kiss to Troy's cheek, who stumbled away, fell into an elevator just as the doors closed. And there we start off on the day of basically Fantasy Saturday. Also, I forgot to mention, because I was just going through my script, Wes, who plays Nos, is not going to be here today because he's not feeling so great. We hope he's feeling better, but I will be playing Nos today, which is going to be a thing. I can do it. I feel up to the task. I think I can do it.
I feel good about it.
I feel good.
You can do
hear
it.
your Nos voice.
Okay, that's... Oh, man. I should have practiced it before.
Just say it, my lady.
My lady, we don't have time.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's pretty good.
That's pretty
Pretty good.
I
Pretty good.
It
Solid
needs
8 out of
improvement.
10.
8 out of 10? Oh, that's more than I would have given it, but thank you. Okay, so everyone's waking up on Fantasy Saturday morning. I keep saying, like, hey, it's 8 a.m. What is everyone doing? And they're like, we're sleeping because we're normal people.
Yeah.
It's
vacation.
It's noon. What's everyone doing? If you've been doing something before noon, please clue me in on that.
I don't know what we should do
I'm
today.
gonna kill my hair.
We did all of our shopping. I get these freaking awesome boots.
Saturday.
What does that
Uh,
mean?
Well, let's
What-
fucking live it up before we have to do stuff on Monday.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah.
We could go steal from people.
I don't think that's a good idea.
That's living it up.
If you want
Are
to
you
get
saying
kicked out
that
of the
as
casino,
Catherine?
that's a great idea.
I mean, not here. Could also take my trick dice down to the cheapy casinos down the road. All of my ideas involve swindling.
There's only one
so-
big casino, really. Everything else
There
is
aren't
pretty...
there aren't off the strip
It's
casinos.
just owned by the Halcyon Company. You've got the Golden
Sounds like
Escape,
we're doing
and like
some-
it's
Some
offshoots.
alley dice.
Now
on a
you can
piece
throw
of
alley
cardboard.
dice all you want, which is dice in an alley or dice thrown by alley.
Oh my god.
Topaz, you hear a tiny little knock at the door.
Oh, okay. She is probably... She's probably sunbathing on her balcony, but she will... So she kind of takes a little bit to come answer the door, but she answers it.
See a very frazzled-looking Nos with his little familiar pet, the little mouse on his Renee on his shoulder, and he plods in and says, "My lady, we need to talk." And he just walks over to your couch.
Oh, all right. She'll shut the door behind him and come to sit next to him on the couch.
It's been a busy morning. I need to go back to Kiza. Tulkas has come to see me, and we need to go and research something back there that pertains to our task on Monday. And I've contacted Ceres to escort us along the way, so we should be back hopefully before tomorrow, but tomorrow at the latest.
Oh. All right. She looks kind of disappointed. She'll kind of think about it and say, well, I suppose that is more important. Is there anything else that you need before you head on your way?
I don't think so. Is there anything I can do to you before my carriage leaves?
Do to you.
Do for you.
Do to you.
Phrasing.
Sorry. I'm trying so hard to get the voice.
Ah, maniacal.
I think she'll say,
It's gonna be
well,
a
I will
day.
need someone to assist me backstage tonight. I trust there's someone who could replace you in that manner.
He looks blankly.
Not that anybody could really replace you, but you know what I mean.
Not really. Maybe you could not Kazri, but maybe Aver. Definitely not Kazri.
So responsible.
She kind of considers that, and then she's like, "All right, yeah, Aver might be able to. All right, I'll contact her then."
Okay. He stands up and bows and says, "Milady, is there anything else you need before I leave?"
She thinks about it for a moment, and she's like, "Oh, my purse is in your bag."
He reaches in, just thinking about that, grabs your purse, 2 water bottles, and a small flask of wine, and says, "Here's some other things just in case." And then he thinks, he pulls out
you're so thoughtful.
he reaches in, pulls out a small makeup, like touch-up case, and then pulls out a sewing, like emergency sewing kit. Thinks for a second, and then pulls out a bag, like a little satchel of about 25 gold, and hands it to you and says, I think that's all you might need."
This seems like everything I'll need. Yes, thank you, Nos.
Of course. And he bows and goes to the door, looks back a little nervously, and says, You will be okay while I'm gone, right?"
What could happen? Of course I'll be all right.
He looks nervously and says, Don't hang out with Troy or Kazri too much." And then he exits, his mouse giving a little squeak as he leaves.
No promises. Have a safe trip.
Bye-bye. He leaves, and as he exits, you can see that Tolkas and Ceres are waiting for him outside, and they go. Okay, so what's Kazri, where did you sleep last night? Did you go back to your ransacked apartment?
No way, I'm crashing on Aver's floor, definitely, until
Is
somebody
this where
kicks
you're
me
living
out.
now? Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah. I packed a bag. Goes to the laundromat every now and again.
Should I ask them to like bring another bed in here, or?
No, this is fine. I could sleep on a rock. No problem. All right,
Okay.
DM question.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know in Vegas, you can go out to the desert and like shoot bazookas and stuff? What's the equivalent here?
Okay. So
Just out of curiosity.
have you done that?
No.
B,
I'm scared of such things. No way.
B, I have thought of this. There is a series of attractions just slightly north of Ilis.
Series, you say?
A series.
Aver, I heard about a series of attractions just north of the city. We should go check out what all the city has to offer. You know, in case we die on Monday.
Yeah, no
Cram
pressure.
all vacation in today. See it all, do it all. Everything's on the table. Almost everything's on the table.
Well, I suppose I am on vacation, or that's what I originally came here for. All right.
That's the spirit.
Right.
We should totally go get Topaz. She seems like she could use a little, like, wild fun for a little bit, right? That seems right up her alley.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, we're going to go see that series of attractions. I hope you're ready, Val.
Okay, I will be shortly. Are you going up to see Topaz
It better
right
be
now?
a roller coaster. We're going to
Yeah,
go up
that
and knock very politely so as if to pretend we're like a normal person on the door.
Maybe you should let me knock.
Yeah, let Aver knock.
Topaz will answer the door, and when she sees it's Aver, she's like, "Oh, just the woman I was looking for."
Good morning or afternoon. Yeah, afternoon.
Yeah, so
You were looking for me?
come in.
And I turn from behind Aver and I'm like, "Hi, Topaz!"
I got you. She'll let them both in. And she'll say, "Yes. As a matter of fact, I need your help with something."
Yeah?
Unfortunately, Nos had to make a quick trip back to Kiza with Tolkas. for the night, which leaves me without an assistant for my show tonight.
Uh-huh.
And there are very few to none people in this casino who I would trust to take care of things in an appropriate manner. So Nos being gone is rather inconvenient for me, you understand.
Topaz,
Yes.
I'm really disappointed you didn't ask me because I would have said maybe. I would have thought about it.
She ignores that. And she says, but I believe you would at least make a halfway competent assistant for the night if you agree to it.
I mean, what do I have to do?
Well,
I don't
I'll
know.
need some help getting into my costumes. I'll need
Okay.
some help making sure that my makeup isn't out of place. I'll need somebody to have some water for me behind the stage when I go back there between songs. I'll need somebody to help me change in between acts, etc., etc.
Okay. I think I can do that.
It's quite a complicated task, and I apologize for throwing it on you out of nowhere, but unfortunately, I'm not quite sure what else to do.
No, I understand.
I mean, if
I'm
you need a
just,
second assistant, I think I'm probably free this evening, so just saying.
Well, we might need some eyes out in the crowd, Cattery.
That's a good
right.
point. You did see some pretty sketchy people last time, so that does sound
Yes.
like a pretty good idea.
I would feel a little more secure if you were out there keeping an eye out, Cassidy.
With my awesome boots, you got it.
All right, well,
Okay.
now that that's settled, I suppose I won't need you to stop by until, let's see, when did we say her? I don't know why I can never remember. I'm gonna write it down
Yeah,
this time.
I have a hard time with that too, but I think it's I think she does like it was
Like
either
a 9 and 11.
I think it was either 8 to 10 or it was 10 to 12.
I think 8 to 10 sounds right.
Details
Yeah,
are
8 to
hard.
10.
So let me just write
think
that
that was
down so
right.
that I stop having to ask you that question over and over again. Oh, it is written down in my notes. I'm an idiot. Okay. It is 8. It is 8 to 10.
That's how I feel every time. I'm like,
Okay.
I forgot this one thing.
Okay. So she'll say, I don't believe I'll need you there until 6:30 or so.
Okay.
That should give me plenty of time to get everything ready and on.
All right.
Well, perfect. That gives us like 6 whole hours to go and have a super fun time.
I'm sorry.
Did you
Found
want to
about-
come with us?
We decided we're going to go to a place called...
Okay, so there is a Topaz. You would know about this, and Kazra, you would know about this too. There's a series of attractions north of Ilis. There is a small amusement park known as the Rolling Coin, and it encompasses what is essentially it's an amusement park with rides, vendors, all the really expensive, like $7 can of Coke type things.
Ooh.
But they also do have a cannon and artillery range there where you can fire various artilleries from militaries across the world at an exotic list of targets. And they also have some sort of a related ride to that,
So an amusement park.
essentially, yeah.
And there's a bunch of terrible food.
Oh, yeah.
Are there really bad shows?
Oh, yeah.
We're totally going.
Oh,
So we
you
want to go to
have
this.
tell us
What
how
is the
bad
amusement
shows
park
are.
called?
The Rolling Coin,
The
right?
rolling coin. Is that what you
All right.
said?
We have to go to the Rolling Coin. It sounds amazing, and I haven't been there yet. And we decided, just in case we die on Monday, this gives us the opportunity to experience it. What do you think?
That's really
Not
one
that
of the
we're
last
going to
things
die
you want to
Monday.
do before you die, huh?
Well, I can't really think of anything else unless you want to stick around here with Troy.
I mean, no judging.
He should come, though. This sounds like a
Ooh.
very fun time.
She kind of thinks about it, and she's like, well, I suppose I've never been.
Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
How long does it take to get there, DM?
Yeah, how long, far away is
It's
it?
like
It's like
6
a
hours.
20-minute walk.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, it's not far at all.
Okay,
That's
that's easy
good.
enough. How long does... Sorry, I'm checking something really quick.
I forgot to hit play again, but I just remembered.
Oh, hey.
Doing
Oh my
better this
God.
week.
Topaz will say, all right, but you're going to have to give me a few minutes. I don't want to be seen there, so I'm going to need to change a little bit here.
We can be your bodyguards.
All right.
Yeah.
I can
All
practice.
right, should we go get Troy while she changes?
You're a knock
Should
at
we
the
go
door.
see if...
Oh,
Oh.
Topaz
Speak of the
will
devil?
go answer the door.
Okay, you see Jules, the halfling, very fancy, very IRL Southern sounding halfling attendant outside. He hands you a letter and says, "Well, Miss Topaz, we got some mail in for you today. Here it is. It's just one letter. I was gonna give it to your assistant, but he appears to have vanished."
Yes, he's out for the day.
Wait,
You
you
should-
don't have an assistant for the day?
Oh, don't. Aver's got it covered. It's not a problem.
Oh. He looks worried.
Big job.
Do you sure you don't need any assistance from the casino with that?
Oh, everything should be just fine, Jules. Don't worry.
Oh.
This isn't some sort of disgusting erotic letter, is it?
Oh, well, we don't read mail. It just came, so.
Oh, yeah, I suppose Nos usually
Could be
does that for
anything.
me. All right, give it to me.
Oh, does Nos read your mail?
I can read it for you.
That's probably a good idea. That's probably a good idea. So.
I don't mind.
Screen it. Yeah, give it to Aver. She'll take the bomb.
She'll hand it
Yes.
to Aver. Yeah.
Oh wait, we do have.
Okay.
He reaches back and says, "Oh, I forgot. I had one more for you." And he hands you another one.
Oh,
That's
for-
definitely the
that's
porn
also-
one, and it's definitely from him.
And actually, sorry, that one's for Nos, but he's not here, and I
Oh,
trust
all
you.
right.
I'm gonna
I'll
leave.
hold on to it for him.
And he just bows and heads out.
Thank you, Jules. All right, she's looking expectantly to Aver then. She'll put the one for
Okay.
Knock aside in her kitchen and then wait for her to read the letter to her.
Hey, DM, what does the letter say?
The letter is it says, "Dear Topaz and Nos, I have a request for some possible work that you may be interested in. If you have time, please come and see me sometime soon. Signed, Otto." And he also says he is staying in room 204.
It is from Otto, and he has some work for you and Nos, if you are interested.
For Nos and I.
Apparently.
We haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah, he's in the hotel.
Oh yeah, I
Got
guess
his
he is
room
still
number
staying
here.
here. Too bad we
Yeah.
haven't run into him since then.
Well, it is a rather large hotel.
Real
true.
big.
She'll take the letter and look at it herself. And there's no mention of like this needs to happen now or anything.
No, it didn't sound like there was any urgency. It was just more of a notice.
All right, well, this can wait until Nos gets back then.
Maybe they want to
Okay.
go to the amusement park with us.
If you really insist on asking them, I suppose I can't stop you.
Let's go ask everyone.
Oh,
Big group party. No? Should I just go ask Troy?
You can ask whoever you want, Gazri.
Go ask Troy. I'm gonna run out the door and go down and bang on Troy's door.
Okay, he
Past
comes.
several series of elevators, I'm sure.
He hears the knocking and he calls back. He's like, just a moment. I have no clothes on."
Came at the right time, I see.
As you're like picking the lock, like, oh
Yeah.
really?
So
trying to see through the peephole, even though it's backwards.
he comes to the door and opens it, and he just as he's opening it, he's finishing like lacing up what appears to be a fluffy pink robe, and he says, "Oh, hello, Cassie, right?"
Henry, so close. That is
Oh.
an amazing look for you, my friend.
Oh, well, thank you. I've had this robe for many years. I always get compliments on it. And he gives a little bow.
I can see why. Well, I'm glad you're here. Is Libro around too?
Libro flies up onto his shoulder and just gives like a little book wave.
Okay, perfect. So, Nos is out going to do some studying, and we were thinking about going to the amusement park. You guys want to go with us?
Oh,
Come
when you say
on!
we, who do you mean?
Well, it's me and Aver and Topaz.
I'll get my things.
We're all
And he
going
closes
together.
the door, and it takes like 3-4 minutes, and he goes and gets dressed, and he comes out in his usual attire, and you can see he's slicked his hair back a little bit, and he looks kind of well made up. Libro is
Alright.
wearing the ribbon, and he says, sure, lead the way. Oh, by the way,
we're
thank
gonna
you.
go back.
Thank you for the mozzarella sticks. I don't know how people's stomach handle the sheer volume that you gave me, but I sure did try.
You know what, buddy? You're only getting started. I will one day make you into a pro eater, but we're still getting there.
I don't know if me or the toilet can stand that, but sure.
Well, good news. Today you're going to get to eat a ton of horrible garbage, and it's going to feel awesome.
There's so much diarrhea in this campaign.
I know.
There really is.
He just like,
It's not my fault.
okay, I'll try.
Plus, I got a little secret weapon here, and I
Right.
give the pill pouch a little pat on the side.
What is drugs?
Don't worry about it. Let's go.
He looks worried,
back
but
up
follows
to-
you anyways.
Okay, we'll go back up to Topaz's place, and then whenever everybody's ready, then we'll go.
I think Topaz is probably changing into something less ostentatious, and she's probably putting her hair up in a way that she normally doesn't, just so she doesn't look quite
Stand
as
out.
recognizable. Yeah.
All right.
Libro.
Everybody remember your sunscreen. I don't know if tieflings need sunscreen, but it's gonna be a hot one out there. So
He just says, well, I've never needed it before, but do you have any to share?
no, I'm just
Oh.
telling you guys. I don't have any.
Well, I think I'll probably be fine unless Topaz, do you have any sunscreen?
No, I only use tanning oil.
We're all
Oh.
gonna burn today. That's all right.
He says,
That's what I
oh,
think
by the
about
way,
every time you go to the amusement park, it's
he,
just sunburns.
I feel like tieflings would be resistant to sunburn.
they do have some fire resistance, so
Yeah.
The
he
sun is fire. It is true.
waves, just gives a slight wave to Libro and says, oh, by the way, and Libro does a little flip, and out of his dust cover pops a rose, and he pulls it out and hands it to Topaz. For you.
Oh.
She'll take it and say, I'm starting to run out of room for all these flowers.
Well, it's a good thing they die quickly, so.
Oh.
How romantic.
I thought so.
We'll put it in the...
He does laugh a little bit at that.
Alright, are we all ready, or are we gonna...
Heck
climb
yes,
up
let's
and-
go to the amusement park.
Da-la-la-la-la.
Is she always this excited?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
That is
It's-
her personality.
It's exhausting
Keeping
in
the
the
energy
best
up.
way.
I'm going. We're going. It's gonna be awesome. Libro gets it. Libro, you seem like you're an
Libro
upbeat guy.
flies over to your shoulder and does like a little spin around your head, and then perches and starts just dancing a little bit left to right. And
Libro knows
text,
what's up.
text appears above his cover that just says, I get it, with an exclamation mark.
See, boundless energy. All right, let's go. We gotta walk there.
Okay. So you go into the elevator, and the orc elevator attendant waves to everybody, and then hits the button for the bottom floor. And as you're going down, he just looks at Topaz and says, "Hey Topaz, where's Nos at?"
He's taking the day off today.
Really?
I do let him have some days off.
Has he? When's the last one he took? Serious talking.
She thinks about it for a minute, and she's I think he had a day off. No, that wasn't a full day off.
A long lunch?
He did have a long lunch like a year ago.
Surprising for him.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know he ate.
He does.
I never
I've
see
seen
him
it
at the
happen.
restaurants. Well, I hope he has a good day and everything's fine. Is he visiting anyone or? And this elevator ride is long.
We're trapped here.
Yeah, jeez. She says, well, that's none of my business. Whatever he's doing with his day off is his own business.
Oh well,
I'm sure he'll have
Probably nerd
fine
stuff.
day.
Oh yeah, he does. He does seem to like the nerd stuff. Well, just tell him I said hi. I appreciate it.
I will be sure to do that.
Okay, and the elevator dings, and you get down to the bottom floor, and you're in the lobby of the casino, and the hotel combined. And all around you, there are wings with you can hear slot machines going off, people winning jackpots, people cursing their luck at the blackjack table. You can hear people doing dives outside into the pool, and you see a line of people going in and out of the buffet.
So I do want to generally try to be more aware, knowing how often we are followed now.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a thing that I can tell you? Like, I want to just be more aware of our surroundings.
So
make the normal throughout the day.
Make a perception check for the first half of the day, and we'll say this is like how much luck you're having.
I'm gonna make one as well if you don't mind, because I have
Sure.
advantage on those based on sight.
Yeah.
Why don't you? Yeah, you want to do that, and then I can, I guess,
Special
assist.
elf
My elf eyes.
What's your elf eye see?
14.
Everything. Oh, something.
Everything.
Okay, 14 with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, Kazri, were you rolling too?
Is that? Can I do that?
Yeah, you can. You can do it.
Okay,
when
I
you
got a
do.
23, an 18 plus a
Oh.
5.
Okay, Ava, you're feeling a little groggy, probably from all the crazy apps at Fantasy Applebee's. It's just, you're feeling like that
Plural.
fried food
Yeah.
hangover that's just like, oh, so much salt and so much grease. But Ava, Kazri, that's your element, and you feel good. So you feel like you're like
Ready
a
for
Hawkeye
action.
right now. Yeah, you're just
ready
good.
to go
You're good.
Ride some fucking roller coasters.
You've had 2 5-hour energies, and you feel great.
That's 2x in one 5-hour period, by the way. That
Mhm.
does not equal 10-hour energy.
Oh, dang.
I've tried. Doesn't work.
Doesn't work like that.
God.
tried
Oh, God.
That was a joke.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay. So, are you going to the amusement park? Or are you doing anything before you leave the casino?
I don't need anything.
Okay. Troy just says, well, lead on. I've never been there before.
I don't think any of us have.
Yeah, we're all just going. Can I
Well-
look around in the lobby for just a local, those tourist
Oh, I do.
map
So,
brochure things, and
you
just see if there
see-
are anything else, and get a local map
Mhm.
and.
all right. So, suited near the lobby, there is a tourist. It's like a little kiosk.
It's a kiosk, right?
Yeah. So
Brochure.
it is there, and it has brochures. It is
Are there
just
some
as
caves
if
we could go to?
imagine that you walked into a Cracker Barrel. You go inside the first set of doors, and then you see all those brochures before the like crazy gift shop. That's what you're seeing. Okay, so you see brochures you do see cave travels. You see zip lines. You see one for the amusement park, and it says it's just
I'm gonna
north
grab
of
one
town.
of those. I'm
it
gonna
is-
grab a zip line.
it is outside
is
of the
it open
gates.
late?
It is open. Yeah, it closes. I think it closes at midnight. Yeah.
Okay, so we can go after Topaz's show.
Ooh,
Okay.
zip lines.
All right.
That's my thing.
So
What else you got in there?
There's-
How about a medieval times? I mean, D&D times. What is it?
just life. So
Life, normal life.
A jousting dinner.
a
jousting dinner.
You don't
A
see
dinner and
anything
joust.
for a jousting dinner. However, you do see there's an animatronic dinner theater nearby.
Taking one of those.
'Kay.
Okay. What else we got?
Okay. You see that there's an advertisement for swimming with dolphins and other fantastical sea creatures just off the coast.
No. We're not doing ocean stuff.
We're not doing ocean stuff? Okay.
No way.
You also do see,
Why?
considering ocean stuff, you do see that there's like snorkeling tours and stuff of a local.
Oh, I guess it is an
reef.
island. All right, I think we got a good stack here. Is there a map on one of them? Like a walk,
yeah,
like
they've
with
all
like
got maps.
walking map or whatever?
Mhm. Which one are you
Cool.
looking at?
The amusement park one. I want
Amusement
to
park,
get
yeah.
there.
So it just says it's just like a 20-minute walk north, just outside of the town gates.
Okay. Put that in my bag. Put all those flyers in there. I think I know the way.
Okay, so you go, and everyone's going. You're leaving the Golden Escape, and as soon as you get outside and turn in that direction, you can actually see where a Ferris wheel and a roller coaster just crest the wall, so you can actually see it.
Ooh,
Okay.
this is so exciting, you guys.
You walk through the gates, and the town guards of Ios just kind of quietly regard you. They do look a little bit at Topaz. Topaz, are you disguised?
I don't think she's disguised, but I think she's definitely not like looking like her usual self. So like people might recognize her if they've seen her up close before, but like probably not as obvious as normal. Normally, I think she probably wears something very sparkly and like has her hair in a certain way that makes it obvious who she is.
Okay. As you were walking by, the guard, there's two guards at the guard hut. One of them is whispering to the other, and then he looks at Topaz and then walks over, and it's like, "Wow, if you ain't there's just the spitting image of Topaz, you look so much like her. That's so interesting."
I hear that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you Topaz? It's like a Tony Hawk moment. And he looks back at the other guards like, "Is she still here?" I think she's still here, right? Singing?
Yes. She looks like she's struggling because normally she would really want to be like, "Yes, it's me. Like, look at me. I'm famous." But I think after a moment she's like, "But I'm not her. Sorry to disappoint you."
Oh,
I like push the guy off, and I'm like, "All right, man, we got an amusement park to go to. This ain't the girl you're looking for. Let's go, you guys."
the guy looks dejected, and back at the guard hut, another guard says, "Gareth, you owe me 10 silver. That wasn't her at all." Okay, so you get past them, and then you see the amusement park just slightly in the distance. You walk about 20 minutes and get there until you see the sign. It is a coin that is rolling by. That it's drawn in a way that implies motion, and it's sort of like an oval that's bent a little bit, and there is a person riding on top of it that has like reins on it, and they're throwing a cowboy hat up in the air.
Oh my god.
It's exactly my kind of place. I hope there's a photo op for that somewhere in the park.
You see just beyond the gates there absolutely is. It's one of the
I was
cutouts
about
that
to
you put
ask,
your
are
head
there
on.
photos? Because
There are in my
It
brain.
is something slightly different,
Maybe it's a caricature guy that's sitting there and he'll draw you on the thing.
but the backdrop for that does exist.
Nice. All right, well,
At the gates,
do we have
you see that there's a clerk at the gates, and he sees you. The line is empty, and it's a gnome, and he just calls out, "Hey, you coming into the roll with the coin? The tickets are on sale today."
perfect sale? That's exactly what I was looking for.
Well, I would hope so.
We need 1, 2, 3, 4, and a book does not count. I'm not paying for that guy.
Put them in your bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, why would you care about a book? And he's just looking at the book. It's just sort of floating there. It's like, is that book floating?
Yes.
he like pinches his neck and he's like, "Holy shit, that book's floating!" Yeah, I got to charge for him. Sorry, that'll be that's 2 silver for each of you. And
Topaz will like make a gesture. Hopefully, Libro catches on to this, but she'll be like, "Oh, that was just me. I was just making him float with a little trick." And she'll kind of like hold her hands out so he can lay on her hands like it was fake, basically.
And Libro catches on this and then just sort of sways over and goes,
See?
"Oh, well, ma'am, that's a great trick. No charge then." And Troy smiles and flips the guard the coin. He just like sort of flicks it over there and it scrambles across the table. And the clerk says, "Well, that's not the way people usually pay, but here you go." And he runs tickets for everybody, hands them to each of you. He's like, "Do you need any brochures? Do you need any sort of gift packages? Tour guides?"
Is this a different one than what you're about to give me?
Oh, the brochure. Oh, yeah, that's the crazy tourist one we put over there. I got the good brochures.
Oh, I want the good one. All right, give it over. Give it over.
He hands them over, and they're like,
Is it unfold the map like 15 times?
Yeah. It's not a trifold. It's a 15 fold, and the map is huge. And there's a list of the rides, and there is there's a brief description along with a history and some sort of like cultural context for each of these, as well as a list of people who have died either building it or riding it.
Ooh, perfect. All right, well, this is...
Hello?
How long is this list?
It's longer than you'd like, probably.
Print. It's the fine print.
It is in the fine print at the bottom, but there's a lot of names there.
This place is bigger than I thought.
You do see that there is a little blurb that just says, "Ride at your own risk."
They all say that. All right, so looking at the whole thing, first thing I'm looking for is something that's like a corn dog.
Because it's National Hot Dog Day.
You mean like a stand for corn dogs? Or are you looking for someone like dressed as a corn dog?
No, I want a stand of corn dogs that I can buy to eat.
You see, just beyond the little like quote unquote picture cutout, you see there is a couple of stalls, almost like you would see at a Renaissance fair, where you can go to and you can select from a variety of different foods. There is one that is something with sausages, and you see it's just it just says sausages and more.
Perfect.
And then there's various dessert ones
and
and
more.
a couple of things like sandwiches and stuff.
But
Okay.
wait, there's more.
As you get closer, it's evident that there's a dwarf behind the counter, and she is dressed like a big sausage. And she
We
just
get
says,
both?
"Huh?
We get both things? A person
yeah.
dressed like a hot dog and a hot dog?
So
Amazing.
as you're coming up, she just says, "Hi, welcome to Sausages and More. I'll be your sausage for today. My name's
Oh
Glenda.
my god.
How can I help you?"
Glenda, you have to tell me what the more menu is.
"Oh, well, it's all sausage related. But, and by the way, I am the sausage queen, so I can answer any sausage related questions you may have. But as far as the more goes, we've got sausages. We've got sausages that are wrapped in various things, such as flour and wheat, also corn.
Yep. Okay, yeah, corn. That's
We've
what I
got
want.
sausages in buns. We've got sausages that have little smiley faces etched into them. We've actually got a whole emotional line that's got various emotions drawn into them. So if you want a sad sausage, you can have a sad sausage. If you're feeling like more like a mirthful sausage, we've even got that. We've got sausages that are stuffed with various things.
Glenda,
and she keeps continuing. She
Glenda.
just powers through. And if you'll just listen up, I got 2 more things. We've got sausages scampi, and we've also got fried sausages that are coated with some sort of cinnamon sugar. They call it rolling it through the sand. I don't know who the hell came up with that, but it's kind of good.
All right.
Disgusting.
Topaz says, "Glenda, may I ask you another question?
Yes, you may ask Glenda the Sausage Queen anything you wish."
How much are they paying you to be the sausage queen?"
She looks sad for a minute and says, "It's not a ton, but, it pays the bills. Being sausage royalty's hard.
All right,
This
Glenda,
is my castle, though."
I do love it, and I really appreciate you. I'm going to get one of the corn sausages. First of all, what beast is this sausage made out of?
Well, that's the thing. So we stuff the sausages for you, so it can be made out of anything. We've got beef, we've got pork, we've got chicken, we've got purple worm, we've got rocks, we've even got some. She leans in a whisper. Look, we've got displacer beast sausage. That's illegal, but it's okay because I'm the sausage queen.
Did you say rocks as one of the options? Because I don't think that's good for you to eat.
Like rock is in ROC, like the big birds, not
bird.
as in like, a quartz or granite.
Right.
Yeah.
Rock.
I mean, if you pay for it, I will make it into a sausage.
All right. Well,
you can even bring your own meats.
I absolutely cannot pass up an opportunity to displace her, so I'm going to totally get... do you have like a mini corn wrap bundle of those?
Oh,
Bite
you want the sausage flight?
Sausage flight, yeah. Give me that.
Oh my god.
How many would you like?
I
Troy leans over to Topaz and just says, "What the hell did we get into?"
I know, right?
How much does the
Topaz just
sausage
shakes her
flight
head.
normally feed?
The sausage flight feeds one person. They're each little mini corn dogs, and you can try them of various meats. And so you'll get one meat for each, or one corn sausage
All right.
for each meat.
Anybody else getting down on this? Because I'm getting at least one. All right, one it is.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go to every other stall and order one thing until my arms are full and
Okay.
I have just a nice...
She says it's going to take a minute, so you go to the other stalls. You get a funnel cake that is topped with some sort of a powdery substance. You're not sure what it is, but it's not powdered
Don't
sugar.
care.
You find that there is a candied apple that is in the shape of a dragon. Somehow the apple under the candied material is in the shape of a dragon too.
Cool. Very
you
cool.
get-
Dragon fruit.
How about giant turkey
sorry.
leg?
You-
Giant rock leg.
Oh yeah, but they're this big. They're huge.
Great.
Oh.
Okay.
On a stick.
I
You
got
get
an
one of
arm
those.
for that.
There is a cheesecake on a stick. There is one. You go up to the final stall that just says deep fried anything.
We'll come back to that later. All right, I'm going to sit
Wow.
down and I'm going to plow through all this food because that sounds good and I wish I had it in real life. Even the rock leg,
Okay.
which sounds a big
Libro
to be
comes
honest.
over and flops down in front of you, and he opens his pages, and you see, or they open their pages, and you see above them in text just says, "Are you gonna be okay?"
Lebo, my friend, I am a professional. Do I tell you how to fly around and be adorable? No, you cannot tell me how to eat because I do know how to do it.
You just get the ... and
She's
They
just
say,
like that.
"Very
It's not
well."
goofy.
Libra,
It's
I
okay.
wish you could just have some of this. I say in between of my funnel cake bites.
Troy goes off and he buys 2 fried cheesecakes on a stick, and he comes back to Topaz and says, I thought you might like strawberry."
She'll take it.
He bites into it, and a strawberry jelly just explodes around his mouth as he does.
God.
And he's just got it all over his mouth, and he says,
Wow.
"Oh, it's,
Smooth.
I'll say you've got a little something right there.
I think it's a lot of something." And he goes for a napkin and wipes it off.
You have props. You're prepared.
She
Sit
will
napkins.
very carefully bite into hers after seeing that.
Roll for messiness.
Oh God.
While you do that, I just want to
What
say
did you
Mirthful Sausage is my band name, and I think
Ooh.
it should be the title of the episode.
Okay.
That's a nat 20, my dude.
Tell him.
Sorry.
Okay, so do you want to describe how you take a natural 20 crit of a bite of something, or do you want me to?
You can do
That's
You go down and you take a little nibble, and it's the most perfect nibble. No crumbs escape. And Troy is just watching, and he's like, "How did you get it not to explode on you?"
it. I've got a lot of practice.
That is,
See?
I need practice too. Kazri, do you eat all of those things?
Fuck yes, I do.
Okay, roll for whatever. Just roll me a d20. Roll me a con check if you eat all of that stuff.
okay.
Con check? Alright. Oh, the dog doesn't want me to. It's not good. It's a 7.
You feel like you've eaten 2 bricks. It's sitting heavy in your stomach. You were not able to finish the rock leg because it is massive.
Oh my god.
Are you gonna
Well-
finish that?
No, please, Aver, go to town.
Oh, I would love it.
Yeah.
Okay, I will
You
eat
can have
the rock
anything
leg.
left over here, my friend. You could have had it while I was eating it. I'm
Well, I didn't-
happy to share.
I didn't want to get between you and your quarry.
It's a smart idea. How was the beholder or observer flesh hot dog?
So you go through the corn dogs. The Displacer Beast one has little tentacles popping out of
Displacer
it.
Beast.
It
Yes.
kind of flosses your teeth as you eat it. It's
Ooh,
a little
ew.
spicy.
Useful.
The
Sounds
beef,
like a tripe. A little
yeah.
bit.
The beef, the chicken,
Ew.
and the pork sausages are wonderful. There's a couple other more exotic ones in there. You do get the rock sausage, and it's fine. It tastes kind of like the leg. It's like almost they just shoved the meat in the casing. That was it. They didn't grind it.
Hey
in.
man, whatever gets
Whatever
whatever's
works.
useful.
You do find there is one in there made from dragon too, and it's you feel like there's a deep spice in your mouth. It's not quite the torture sauce, but it does bring back memories of Ike's hot sauce.
Well, this all sounds great. Would eat again. Now what, you guys? What do you want to do? You want to ride a ride? You want to watch a show? You want to play some games?
Maybe we shouldn't ride a ride now. Like maybe we should not
Give it
throw
some
up
time.
everything
Give
we
it some
just
time.
ate.
Give it a
Maybe
little
we
bit
should
of time.
play a game.
Okay.
I like that idea.
All right.
What kind of great prizes can we win, Val?
So as far as games go, you see around there's a skee ball row. There's also a couple archery and knife throwing and axe throwing games where you can go, and then they have a list of prizes behind them. There's some with what appear to be rifles that shoot pressurized air that people use to knock down cans, and there's some that that's for the kids though. And beside of that, there's
Easy.
one that shoots an actual projectile that you can hit targets and win things with.
Much child
There's
support.
there's whack-a-mole. There's
All right, Aver.
the strong
Which
arm
game
thing where you
seems
hit the
good?
hammer.
Oh, Aver
on
should
the
do the
bell.
strong arm.
I don't know. I was thinking the archery.
Ooh, the archery
that-
one too. All right, let's do
Troy's
it.
just standing there with
Okay.
crossed arms, like I think I would really like to see
I'll
you
do
do
that one.
the strong arm though.
Well, I'll do that one just to please you guys.
Do
but I
both.
don't think
Do
I will
both.
do well. But we'll see.
I'm not playing any games. I'm gonna get a sneak off to the sidecar to get a little thing of cheesy French fries and a drink to walk around and eat while we're playing.
Okay, so
games.
you get like spiraled French fries. However, they are not made from the normal like white potato you would see at IRL. You actually get something that is made from a bluish green potato, so it looks just
Fine.
like aquamarine spiral chips.
Sounds awesome. Does it have a bunch of cheese on it?
Oh my god,
Interesting.
you've never seen so much cheese in your life.
Then we're good.
Mm-hmm.
We're good. I'm just gonna nibble on that guy as we walk around.
Okay, so Ava, are you playing one of the games?
Yes, I want to try archery first since I'm better at that.
Okay, you
Like
see
a warm up.
Human Man behind the kiosk, and he just sees you coming over, and he looks really sleepy. And as you approach, he's just like, "Oh, hey, do you want to take a shot at the
Hello.
archery?"
I would like that.
Nice. Okay, excellent. Do you have a bow? I misplaced mine.
I do.
Do you have it with you?
The archery
I have-
shop, man.
Yeah, I know. Please don't tell my manager.
That's okay.
I'm totally doing that if I see him.
Well,
It's all good.
don't be a Karen.
I was gonna say, Kazri, please.
Don't
I
be
will
a
get my
Karen.
Catherine.
longbow
Fantasy Karen.
off the top or off the back of my thing.
Whoa,
Okay,
that's a
so-
pretty sweet bow. How much did that cost? Like, I don't know, like 3-4
Thank
gold?
you. I something like that. I don't remember.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. Yeah.
Meaning Allie has a horrible memory.
Oh, well, he says, well, I got some arrows, and you can see that there are arrows stuck into the target already. He says, oh, I got to get them back. So he goes and he pulls them out, and some of them are crooked. Most of them don't look in good repair, and he hands them to you. He's like, all right, if you can get 3 bullseyes in a row, he points at a gigantic row of huge stuffed animals. There's stuffed dragons, there's stuffed chickens, you can see a giant teddy bear. You can even see that there are some giant like chibi plushes of Topaz too.
We have to win that. We must do it.
No.
Do you have any better arrows? These are a little bit.
Nah, Avery, these things are always rigged, man. Like this,
no,
of course,
I'm-
he's gonna give you the bad ones.
I'm
Can I
supposed.
use my own?
I'm supposed to make them, but they never taught me how.
Oh,
You can use your own totally if you want. That's fine. I just I can't
Okay.
guarantee their safety.
Okay, I will do that. Well, I'm not gonna use my enchanted ones, my super fancy ones, because those are limited. I'm gonna use my regular shitty ones. Okay, so
He turns around a corner for a second. He's like, "Hold on, I'll be right back. I got to judge." And you hear him just someone taking a fat bong rip, and then he comes back out, and he says,
Carnies, man.
"All right, I'm totally ready. Let's do it. Let's do it. Take your shot. You get 5
see,
shots,
and
by the
then
way. If you get 3 bullseyes, then you win the big one.
all right. Okay.
So go ahead and
What do I roll, DM?
roll a attack roll, just a normal bow attack roll for Aver.
Okay. I'm gonna roll with my fancy longbow. I'm not shitting you. I rolled a nat 20.
Okay, you launch an arrow directly into the center of that target, and it hits with such force that the back of the arrow explodes, and the guy just like starts coughing. It's like, that's amazing. No, do it again. I want to see it again.
I don't know if I can replicate that. but
Okay.
I'll
Hold
try.
on, how many
Roll
do
an-
we need for the topaz?
3.
Alright,
That
one
one was
down.
the 17.
You still hit the bullseye. It's not quite as precise, and the arrow doesn't explode, but you hit
shit.
a bullseye.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay,
one more,
right?
one more. I haven't
try
given
one
one of these
more.
away in a long time. One more.
That one's a 16.
16 hits a 9. You get 2 more chances.
Oh god! Give this to me! That's a 12.
That one's like a 5.
Ah. Okay, that's a 17. Okay.
17
got it.
hits the bullseye. And
Woo!
he just starts clapping. It's like, I haven't given away one of these in months. Excellent. Tell me what you want. Tell me. Hello, can I have some of those chips?
Be topaz.
He's just staring at Kazri and says, can I have some of those chips?
Oh, get out of here. Actually, wait a second. I'll trade you a bong rip for that.
Catherine?
Okay, come back.
I mean,
he,
What? It's a day
I
off.
don't know
Come
what
on.
I
he,
expected.
he waves at you to just sort of like hop over the kiosk.
Smoking weed with
I
carnies.
just look
This
at
is all
Troy
part of
and
the
topaz
experience,
and shrug.
guys.
He goes in.
Party
He,
day.
Topaz is just watching all of this go down, just like, okay, like.
Troy is just like, you have the strangest adventures. Kazir goes into the back with the car and he's like, oh, by the way, my name's Jeff. Here you go. And he gives you a bong rip and he says, this is Dreamweed, by the way. Smoke deep.
No, I hope not. I hope that's not hallucinatory.
I
You have a very
little bit.
interesting day today.
That's just the name for it in this universe.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It's in our other campaign too.
it just happened.
All right, sweet. And in turn, I will grant him some sweet turquoise chips, and we'll be on our way.
You give him one bite and he looks like he's in heaven. And he actually gives you a little bag. He's like, here, you can have that if I can have one more bite.
You can have the whole rest for that.
Oh, he just shoves it into his
Oh my
mouth
God.
and chews it. You need to make a con check for me.
Oh my god.
You can choose to fail it if you want. The effects
You're
can be
gonna get
very
the
strong,
munchies.
but you can also roll for it
No.
too.
Oh shit, my camera is
Why
fucking up
are you
again.
guys getting all the 20s, man? I had a 5 + 1 for a 6.
Oh, you
Didn't
are
fucking toe up around
you were toe up. That's how it be.
Hazri is a toasty.
Well,
You're a mite bit
You're gonna
toasty.
get the munchies. You can't afford to have the munchies.
I already have the munchies, and now I have them again.
You see, as you are walking around, Libro has went in there, and you hear Jeff the Carney just say, "Whoa, little guy, you want some too? Okay." And Libro comes back around, and he just
How?
sort of flies a little bit slowly. Troy's watching. He's like, "Does that
How the
work
fuck?
on books?"
Well,
You can see Libro
you
tries to
go.
make text, but it keeps shifting back and forth between various characters, and he's just sort of like goes and sits on Troy's his little the satchel he has on his belt, and it just sort of like props against him. He's like, it's okay, little guy, just rest for a while.
All right, my dude, we're in this together.
Okay. So
All right, well, we
Libro
have a
appears
sweet
at
topaz
420.
plushie now.
do what?
We have a sweet topaz.
Okay, so you have a topaz
I
plushie.
hold up my chibi topaz and I say, "It is so cute."
It's quite big though. It's about 3 feet tall, and it looks like a chibi anime version of Topaz in like one of her dresses.
Dude, let's ask Jeff if we could stash that here for a while.
Um,
Pick it up on the way out.
Jeff's like, oh yeah, I can totally keep it here. I'll just keep it in the back. So he puts
Thanks, dude.
it. He's like, hey, do you want another one of them? Like one. He points up. It's like I got dragons. I got all sorts of stuff. No one ever
All right,
wins
we'll
them.
choose at the end of the day. How's that
All
sound?
right,
But
sounds
very
good.
kind of you, Jeff.
And he
Glad you
stows
take
it
your
away.
job very seriously.
Oh yeah, I've been here. Hey, I've been here 3 years. I'm like a veteran.
You should probably work on making a bow for your shop because I feel like that's kind of integral to
Oh!
the game here, man.
Yeah, that's what I was doing earlier when
All right.
I mean, like last week when I forgot. Okay. And
All right,
he
dude. We'll
walks
be
off.
back
I
later.
can teach you sometime, maybe.
Bro.
So he walks up and does that. Troy looks at Topaz and says, "So, tell me, how does it feel having a a giant plushie of yourself? Does that get weird?"
I think she's. Has she ever seen merchandise of herself?
You would have seen some merchandise in the casino. You certainly would have seen advertisements. You would have seen things in the gift shop. But this is a new thing to you.
Yeah. She says, "Well, I admit I've never seen this particular item before."
Oh well. How do you feel about it?
She kind of squints at it, and she's like, "Suppose it's kind of cute." It is a little odd, though.
Yeah, it's like some sort of a strange effigy. It's strange. I would be very uncomfortable if someone made one of me. I feel like Libro would probably be a good mascot, but not me.
Well, dude, I know what I'm getting you for Christmas this year.
What's that?
A plushie of yourself.
Oh dear Christ! Wait, no, Christ doesn't exist.
I'll
in
make
this
it
campaign.
myself.
Oh dear Paylor. You know what? If we're still talking by a major holiday, sure. I'll put it in the corner
I see
and.
how it is. Short-term friendship, ahoy here.
Well, we are all on vacation, aren't we? With the exception of Topaz.
That's true. Which brings us to our next activity of terrible show.
Okay, you see that there is a animatronic show nearby that you can see what appears to be animal creatures made out of plywood that are anthropomorphic, and they're just waving back and forth. There are 3 of them waving in unison. There is a mouse, there is a bear, and there's also a kobold beside of them, which is humanoid creature. And they're just waving in unison. And above that says the magical melodies.
That does sound pretty terrible.
Yeah, do we even want to do that?
I don't know. What do you guys want to do?
I feel like any show we see is not going to live up to Topaz's standards.
It's a good point. It's a very good
You can tell us how horrible it is.
I think we've all been spoiled, so.
All right.
You see
What else we
Libro lift up just a little bit, and they sway back and forth, turn to face the strong arm competition, where you take a hammer and hit something, hit a panel on the ground, and it tries to fly up and hit a bell like you would see at a carnival. And Libro sort of, not in a straight line, a staggered flight goes towards that, levitates up and drops himself onto the panel, and you see the little weight just barely raise up and fall back down.
Oh, Libro.
And he lays there.
Like, come here, little buddy. I know you guys wanted me to do this anyway, so.
You see the text pop up, and it just says, "I tried." ...
I know you did. That's okay. You did your best.
From Aver so she can do the strong arm challenge.
You did your best. You're the best little book. Okay, I will try the strong arm challenge.
You see a series of Z's pop up above their head, almost as if Libro is sleeping now in your arms. Okay,
Aw.
so are you still holding
Like a
Libro?
little baby.
Oh wait, no, Kayla.
Topaz
Topaz
has
got
him,
it.
but
Sorry.
she's holding him like a little baby. At least.
Aw.
You can almost hear like a
Little
little
baby.
you almost think you hear a sound, but it's just because the text is sort of flashing back and forth in a way that you can kind of hear it in your head. So, Aver, you see a large mallet, and in front of you there is an ogre that is sitting on the ground beside of the strong arm competition, and this is a lady ogre who just says, "Want try smash?
Yes. Yes, I would.
1 silver."
Okay, and I hand her a silver. Shit, and I just yeeted my mouse halfway across my desk.
Okay,
Okay, here we go. Okay.
and she says, "Thank you
Tell
for
me how to play.
trying Lady Smash's strong arm competition." And you take your hammer and go ahead and roll a athletics check.
Okay. How heavy is this mallet?
It's pretty heavy. But you're Aver, famed slayer of the undead. You're fine.
Oh, that's only a 5. This is a very heavy mallet.
You try to pick it up, and it's not as fine as you thought, and it pulls you back.
Whoa! Okay. I need to.
Tiny
Rigor-
human.
I'm not that tiny. I'm like 5'10". But
Tiny.
I will pick up.
Oh, tiny
How
elf.
tall is this?
Oh, like 10 foot tall. That's how tall the
Oh,
ogre is,
yeah.
if that's what you're asking.
Yeah. Okay.
In comparison, you are tiny.
Try again.
Yes, I suppose. Okay, I will pick the mallet back up. More careful this time.
Okay, and make one more athletics check.
That is an 18.
You, just before it goes back too far to shift your weight, you manage to slam it forward, and you actually hit the bell on your second try.
Ah,
And
there we go.
the ogre, Lady Smash, looks up and says, "Huh,
I just
You
had
win.
to get used to it.
you win."
Thank you. What do I win?
She
Are you
she
happy
looks
now, guys?
she looks back at a prize pool that is
Yes.
mostly depleted, and you see that there's one prize left, and it
Oh.
is a small hammer that's about a foot long that has rubber cushions on either end that makes a squeaky noise when you hit something with it.
Aww.
Okay, well,
Oh.
I mean, I guess I will take
All
that.
we have from the kids competition. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I will take the little squeaky hammer.
She
Worse.
takes it in her palm, and it takes up like a half of her palm, and just hands it over. Congratulations, wield with
Thank
pride.
you. I will wield it with pride, and I knock it on the surface of the counter, and it makes a
Squeaky.
squeaky noise.
It's just like
Yes, pride.
So proud.
you use it. Troy's just like, oh, surely you could slay many undead with that, right? He comes over and kind of like nudges
It would
you.
be hilarious.
Yeah, it would be hilarious.
If
Maybe
I
we should
did,
try that
it
soon.
would be very funny. I don't.
Troy,
think
I want to
could.
see you do one of these games here.
All right.
What's your special talent?
Well, as a wizard, I think you'll not be surprised that I am not one with, tons of athletic prowess, though I do stay in shape. But,
Well, maybe there's like a magic one
oh, no,
where you like.
we don't do that here. However, I was the champion of my grade school's whack-a-mole club.
Oh.
Oh,
He goes over to a whack-a-mole,
Hidden talent.
and it's not a whack-a-mole, it's a whack-a-gnome. And there is a gnome's attendant standing beside of it, and Troy walks up, and you can hear him say, he's like, does this bother you? And the gnome says, yeah, you gonna do it or not? Troy's just like, okay, and he hands over a silver, and then Troy rolls, and just, you see his hands become a blur. Every gnome that pops up gets bonked in the head twice. He is so fast at this that when he's done, he spins it and puts it almost like in a fake holster, like a gun at his belt, and before putting it back on there. He looks at the gnome and says, "Price, please." And the gnome says, "Wow, you must really hate gnomes."
Wow.
Troy just smiles and says,
I think
No.
he's just good at whacking them.
and the gnome points to a wall, and you see that there are just various sized gnomes from the Whack-A-Gnome game with all sorts of different expressions. And Troy points at one, and he brings him a plush, foot-tall gnome with a... it almost looks like an ASCII emoticon expression that is the :D. So it's just like... He comes back over to Topaz and says, "Here," and hands it to you.
Yes, that's what I wanted to happen.
Surely this would grace your lovely apartment. You could put it in perhaps in the corner to stare at you,
Creepily.
I simply couldn't take this honorable prize from you, and she just give it back to him.
Oh, well, it is a great trophy. I mean, look at this, all my life's accomplishment. He says, "Well, I shall wear it with pride," and he actually takes a little strap and just straps it to his shoulder.
Amazing. Well, you should be very proud of yourself, Troy. I didn't know that you had it in you.
You were quite fast. It was
Well,
rather impressive.
That's why they used to call me Quick Draw Troy.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Gasby finds that hilarious.
So does Topaz.
He does smile and he says, "They did actually call me that though."
Okay, well, we now know 2 new secrets about you. All right. Is there a store nearby where I can buy a ridiculous hat?
Oh yeah, totally. So there's a gift shop nearby, and it is actually right in front of a tower drop ride. It was one that takes you to the top and then it drops you down. So there's a store in front of that, and it just says the Roll and Coin Gift Shop.
Yep, I'm going in there.
Okay.
I want to find a really good hat.
All right. You find what is various. They appear to be made out of foam, like cowboy hats. And they have yellow ones, they have turquoise blue ones, and they also have pink ones. You see that there are foam hands that it's like one of the foam hands pointing up, except it's got 2 fingers and it's holding a coin in the middle. You see that there are shot glasses
Is that a hat?
No, it's a foam
Can I get that in
hand.
hat form?
But you could. It is big enough maybe to fit on your head.
Well, that sounds like the best fucking thing.
Are you gonna try that?
Yeah.
It totally fits on your head, and it's very snug, but it works.
Yeah, I want one of those.
All right, so there's shot glasses. There's personalized, personalized little plates and personalized shot glasses. You also see that there are some keys and goods in there, such as the insane things you bought over at Russ's Goods. There's various novelty items. You see the little snap and pop things that you throw on the ground and they make a popping noise. There's firecrackers.
Just the hat is probably good.
Okay. The attendant, a human lady, just says, "Okay, you know what? I hate this job. Take it. It's free." And she walks in the back.
That's great. Is all of this free now?
She doesn't come back.
Well, I guess that's a yes. Anybody want a novelty keychain?
Okay, there is one thing that Topaz is looking for in this gift shop. Do they have any mood jewelry?
You do see there are mood rings and necklaces and bracelets.
Okay, she's gonna try on a mood ring.
Okay. It turns, as soon as you put it on, it turns a bright red, ruby red.
What does that mean?
What does that look
There's no key
Gotta look
for
on the
it.
ridiculous chart, man.
Okay, so there's no key with the item, but there is a chart nearby, and the chart says that ruby red means that one is worrying. Troy looks down and says, "Oh, my dear Topaz, what are you worried about? You're surrounded by friends. What's on your mind?"
Well, I didn't think I was worried until I saw this.
Well, it could be complete bullshit too. So
Yeah,
That's
those
kind of,
things are
I think,
sometimes
more of my
inaccurate.
suspicion.
Sometimes inaccurate, yes.
I never trust a thing from an amusement park gift shopping unless it's boiled peanuts.
Sounds good too. All right, well, I guess it's all free, so
You
there
notice
you go.
that
Keep your mood ring.
someone has come back to the desk, and it is a dwarven man who says, "All right, what are y'all ordering? What are you getting?
We already
What are you
bought this
buying?
stuff. We already checked out. We're done. We're just looking.
Roll
We're good.
persuasion."
Come on,
Maybe
man.
deception.
Isn't there deception?
I'm sorry, roll deception. You're
Deception.
absolutely right. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh ho ho! That was a 19 plus 9 for a 28. You were deceived, friend.
Oh, well, that's
Holy
fine.
shit.
Yeah, all right. Well, cool.
Get deceived. We also bought this too, and it's a shot glass. I'm taking it, and we walk out. Take it
Okay.
back.
Or
Yeah.
Wow.
It says Steve on it.
Troy is just like, is
Fine.
Steve your real name?
Well, it is now.
Oh.
Put
well,
that in my bag.
God.
All
Hey,
right.
you never know when you need a good shot glass
Yeah, why not?
from the rolling coin.
Maybe you'll meet someone actually named Steve.
That'd be pretty cool.
It would be cool.
Says the DM, thinking of a new NPC.
Yes. So,
Where is the biggest ride?
you see, the biggest one is actually right behind the gift shop, and it's the one that drops down. But there is also a roller coaster nearby too. And you can, as you're looking at these, you hear in the background a cannon going off. And just as this happens, a big target explodes. It looks like a small ship that someone had towed out of there explodes with shrapnel everywhere. And then you hear someone screaming as they are launched out of a catapult.
This all sounds amazing. You guys want to go blow something up?
I think the loud noises actually kind of startle Topaz, and she like holds Libro a little closer to her, like, "Oh God!" Like,
Aw.
Libro's text flashes back
hell?
and forth between like expletives before it finally says, dot, dot, dot. It's okay. It's okay.
Aw.
Troy comes over and is like, is everything okay? Are you okay with loud noises?
oh yes, it just expecting it.
Oh, well. Yeah, why are there explosions here?
Because there are. Let's
I'd
go
like to
blow
know.
I
something
think
up.
they have an artillery range.
They sure do.
Wow, this place is wild. Okay.
Okay, what are the target options?
Okay, so if you're going over there, you see that there is a you see a wild a older gnome man with wild gray hair, bright blue eyes, and he is wearing a bandolier of what appear to be like steampunk grenades. As you approach, he just says, "Welcome to the arsenal. You here to blow some shit up?"
Hell yes, sir.
All right.
Sir. Seemed like a military man.
I'm Gnomish Dave, and if you've come here to blow stuff up, then you've come to the right place. What are you looking to do? We've got cannons from all across the world. We've got catapults. We've got trebuchets. We've got ballista. We've got all sorts of targets. I can tow a boat right out there 100 yards away, and you can hit it with a ballista if you just want to put arrows in, or you can blow it up with whatever you want. I'll even tow some gunpowder out there and just let you light the fuse. I don't care. Let's do it.
Can I throw the grenades that are on your thing?
Yeah, these are special.
Okay.
These will
do you have
cost
other
you.
grenades?
Oh, I do.
I want to do that.
Okay.
Avery, you want to throw a grenade with me?
I mean, I guess so.
So he says, "These are grenades that I made." And
Oh, a specialty.
you can see that the grenades have like a little wind-up toy key. It says you got to wind it 3 times, and then you throw it. It gives you 3 seconds before it blows up. And he walks you over to a little, like a table. And behind that table in the distance, there is a series of stuffed animals, which appear to be taken from the archery booth. There is one even out there of Topaz. And he just says, "Here, wind it 3 times, throw it, whichever one you want to blow up."
I'm not gonna throw it at the Topaz one.
No.
She can blow it up if she wants to, but I'm not gonna do it. Poor Topaz. I'm
they're
gonna
just
throw a
toys.
grenade at. Is there like a poop emoji out there or something?
There's no emojis don't exist
Seems
in this
like the
world,
kind of,
but
Ask
there is a
Libro.
there is a mascot out there that appears to just be like a stuffed turd.
Yep, I'm gonna do that
Okay.
one. That sounds great.
There's
So
so
Whoa.
much shit in this.
Oh, you're gonna
Twist.
throw. You're gonna throw.
Twist.
He says, "Oh, you're throwing it at Shitty Steve." Okay, this is great. I can't wait to watch this.
That guy Steve. Oh man.
Oh my
he's not-
god!
I have a quick turnaround.
I'm
Okay.
doing it. I'm doing it. It's turn and throw.
Okay. He says, "You better get down," and he actually tackles you and like knocks you down, and then this thing explodes. It is way too close for you to be throwing this, and like the distance is entirely
Safety
too close.
last. Safety
Cassie!
last.
What the fuck are
I
you
did
doing?
exactly what it told me to do. Threw it as hard as it could.
Throw it harder.
All right, you do yours. You do yours.
I will, and I will do mine.
Okay.
Extremely unsafe.
Troy's just like this. How long have you been here, by the way, Topaz? Because this is how do you live around here?
Well, I've never actually been over here before.
Oh, dear sweet
What do
lord,
I-
this is horrifying.
OSHA does not exist in this world.
What do
Okay,
I roll for
you
this?
need to roll just a d20, straight d20.
Just straight D20. Okay.
Actually, an athletics check. That's a better option.
Okay, yes, I like that better because a straight D20 was a 2.
Um.
And athletics is a 6.
Oh no.
You're gonna freaking
Technically better.
You go to throw it, and it actually, you throw it like it goes like 3 feet in front of you, straight into the ground, as you just stare at it as it's
Dude!
counting down. And
Kick it!
I gotta jump out of the way!
Kick it! I'm gonna kick it. Can I get in there? Kick
you're
it.
gonna jump out of the way. You're behind like a desk area.
I'm gonna duck.
Okay, so you're gonna duck.
Yeah.
Kazra, you're gonna go try to kick it.
Yes.
Okay, make a
What the
dex,
fuck are
make
you
a
doing?
make a dexterity
It's not like
check.
it's a firework.
Make a dexterity check or an athletics check.
This is where Casri dies.
So afraid.
Casri's gonna die how she lived.
Woo! Nat 20. I fucking.
You
kicked
nat
it.
20 that?
Serious?
20
All
plus
right.
4. What's up?
Can you describe what it looks like in great detail, please?
All right,
What?
so it's like
What the
in
fuck?
a Rambo movie or something, and like it's a fucking bad guy threw the grenade over, and you like see it before everybody else, and you're like, I'm gonna save the day. And so Kazri wipes the sweat from her eyes. She moves quickly. She goes, and she fucking winds up and kicks it super hard, way out towards Shitty Steve,
You
and
actually
presumably hit it.
you hit the remnants of Shitty Steve, and just hit right into it. And as you do, it flattens into that and then explodes. You're standing there, but it's actually like it's one of the farther back targets. It's at a safe distance.
And
but
I'm like standing there like a fucking cool guy, and the explosion
doesn't look
happens
an
behind
explosion.
me.
and Troy's
God.
watching, looking at Topaz, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I gotta admit
How-
that was pretty cool.
How the fuck did you do that?
Yes, I am cool. I am
No.
very cool, everyone.
Gnomish Dave is just like, I gotta say, I've never seen anything quite like that. That's amazing.
Well, I just saved your life, mister, so I'm guessing that all those 2 grenades were free.
Yeah, sounds right. Hey, you want to get launched out of a catapult?
No, but I want to see you get launched out of a catapult.
That one costs double.
How much is just a... I mean, what are we talking here?
Casper, you
It's-
just saved him. Do you want it to be in vain by killing him?
He's done it before.
Oh, I've done it before, and he points down at his leg, and he has like a peg leg there. Is like, I've lost this one in explosions. He points to the other peg leg. He's like, and this one's from the catapult accident. I'll be fine.
You people are crazy.
He doesn't have anything left to snap off.
Anyways, it's 5 gold for me to. It's 2.5 gold for you to be launched. It's 5 gold for me.
5 gold, done.
All
I
right.
gave him...
Do you
give
wanna-
him the
paid
5
for something.
So he.
Do you have a costume you can wear?
I mean, that'll be an extra 2 gold, but I have an array of costumes that me or you could wear.
How about the sausage
The Sausage Queen?
costume?
Oh, am I allowed? That's royalty.
Would you have a sausage costume back there or not, man?
Yeah, I do. And he goes back in the back, and he comes out in
That's
the
what I
Sausage
want.
Queen.
And him an additional 2 gold.
Okay, so he
There you
takes
go.
it, and he's wearing the sausage outfit with the
Yep.
tiara, and he says,
Yep.
"Well, I guess I got to do it for the money." And he goes over to a catapult where he sits in the he sits in the cup where you would put a boulder, and he says, just aim it at whichever of these padded targets you want, and then take that scimitar right there and cut the cord, and it'll launch me. And you've got an array of 3 targets. One of them is a big stuffed plush dragon. Another one is a padded target. And then another one is, in the distance, much farther, a big padded rolling coin.
I feel like we got to go for the coin. What do you think, you guys?
No one's ever hit that one before.
Well, you're the one that packed the cannon, so how good do you feel about it?
In the catapult, I don't feel great.
I mean, the catapult.
But you did pay
You
me,
don't
so...
feel great. All right, we could put him towards the dragon. That sounds pretty cool.
Okay.
Well, my body does, thank you for not destroying me into that thing. Sure.
Aver, you want to do the honors?
I'll let you do it.
Give it a good, clean cut.
Okay, roll a d20. Roll an attack for me, Kazri.
Sure,
So,
you don't want to do it, Aver?
Your
All right, roll an
idea.
attack. Roll an attack. Roll an attack. Okay, here we go.
I whisper to Topaz, I hate everything about this.
It is a 10 total.
Oh.
Oh, rip him.
He flies and he hits it, but he hits the top of it. So he goes and he's hitting. You aimed at the dragon, right?
Yeah.
He hits like the neck of the big plushy dragon, and its head snaps backwards, and he rolls, padded by the dragon, and thanks, Siri. And then after a couple seconds, you finally see the dragon start to move, and he stands up and he raises both of his hands and says, "Oh, that was horrifying. Please don't ask me to do that again." And he walks back with both of his peg legs.
Yeah, Kazri.
Yeah, but he lived. And he got money. Come on. That was sweet. I wasn't going to do it.
How would you feel if you were in there?
Well, that's why I paid him to do it. I didn't want to find out.
Topaz is just shaking her head.
Yeah, same.
So,
Well, if this isn't up your alley, what at this fine establishment would entertain you two?
you do notice that
I
there are...
want to go ziplining.
Okay. You do notice
Sorry,
that there are 2 customers nearby who are just watching, waiting their turn.
Are they creepy ones?
No.
Aver would recognize them.
And they are?
You would recognize them as the people that you found in the crowd last time.
Oh my god.
Jerks again.
Okay, well, we should be going now. Let's find out what we want to do next.
Well, that was pretty sweet.
Thank you, Dave?
No, Miss Dave.
No,
No,
Miss
oh.
Dave.
He waves and then
I
walks
will
over.
slip him an extra 10 gold for his troubles, since Kazri almost fucking killed
He
him.
says,
I paid the amount.
that's very kind. As a tip, would you like to shoot me out of the cannon?
I would not. I
Oh,
don't
well.
want to do that to you.
Well, thank
Just
you. I
take
appreciate
that
it.
for your troubles.
Appreciate it. He walks over
Good
to the
job.
other customers and says, "Howdy, welcome to Enormous Dave's." Are y'all walking away at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. The other 2 customers walk away too. And you hear Enormous Dave just be like, "Well, that was rude. Okay."
Okay,
Did you tell us that you recognize them, or are we just kind of
I didn't
still
tell you guys that.
going
I was like,
about
okay,
our
guys,
business?
we've got to go.
go on the roller coaster? You're totally right. We can't miss the roller coaster.
We've got to lose those people.
What people?
Those 2 that were in line behind us.
What about
They
them?
they were the ones I saw at the concert.
So
suspicious
Songbird
guys.
ones?
Do what? I'm sorry.
Can Topaz hear this also?
Yeah, I'm trying to tell, like, everybody in this,
Group,
like,
okay.
little circle.
Okay. She kind of like side eyes towards them and says, there's a Ferris wheel at this park.
There's the Ferris wheel, yeah.
Okay. She says, well, what about that? She points to the Ferris wheel.
That is a good idea, I think.
Do some strategic loan planning. I like it. All right, let's go.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so you go up to the Ferris wheel, and there is a halfling man at working the gates, and he says, Hey, you want to ride the Ferris wheel?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
sir.
Okay.
How much?
It's 1 silver per ticket.
I'll slip 4 silver to him.
Troy's just standing there like
Thank you.
Troy pays for himself too.
Oh, I just paid for
Man
it.
of such honor.
Oh, right. So
Yeah, 4
yeah,
silver.
yeah. Nasa's not here, right? I was like, my
Yeah.
math brain died.
Everyone except Troy.
Yeah, Troy's just like,
That guy doesn't get any.
you do notice that the Ferris wheel has 8 different what do you call those? Carts? Cabins.
Compartments.
And they each fit 4 people. Or 6 small people.
Okay.
Or 4 in a book.
Get the fuck in
only
here.
Death will go in the one car then, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you get in there, and the Ferris wheel starts to rotate up, and as you get about 90 degrees up, it stops, and then those 2 other people get into a cabin as well.
Shit.
And then it begins to rotate slowly.
Well, it sounds like we've got company, that's for sure.
Yes. Yes,
Should
we do.
It's-
stay on for a while and wait for them to get off, or should we get off immediately and try and...
I don't know if they're going to leave if we don't.
Well, first of all, out of character, I don't think Troy knows about
He doesn't.
Not a whole lot.
people following us, right?
He was at the party, but he doesn't know about people following you, and he's just like, is this going to end up like that godforsaken party that we had to, well, Ceres had to break up?
Well, I hope not.
Yeah, I mean we've been
there's-
definitely having some problems with the local gangs here ever since that party. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do I need to know?
There's creeps following us, poor defenseless gals around. You know, can't stand for that.
Troy looks
I
at
think we should
Kazri
let
and
him
says,
defenseless.
defenseless, poor you. I
Mhm.
believe it.
Exactly. We should go beat them up. There are more of us than them anyway. They should be scared of following us.
Well, who do you think they're affiliated with?
Probably.
Well,
I would assume the songbirds.
we didn't talk to them, but that's what we can assume.
Troy looks out at just over the carnival and says, "You don't suppose this is their turf, is it?"
What do you mean?
I mean,
And they have
This
some
place
sort of
is-
things here.
it's pretty, what's the word? They say Penumbria busted. Shitty.
Well, yeah, it kind of is busted now. Looking at it, look around.
It's
all,
not
like,
a nice
kinda
looking place. I
dilapidated.
mean, like, there's explosions. It looks like it's a pretty wild place.
Well, now that you mention it, yeah, I guess it is kind of busted.
Should
Should we get out of here?
I do like the idea of getting off and then booking it. That
Um,
sounds like a good plan. What time is it anyway, DM?
At this point, I would say it's about 3 p.m.
How big is the Ferris wheel?
It goes up about 75 feet.
Okay, so we are not quite 75 feet away from their car then.
No, but you're about I'd say 40, 45 feet away.
Okay, that's perfect. All right. Topaz will say, yes, I think I have the perfect thing that will keep them distracted and not able to see where we're going if we decide to do that.
Excellent. All right, well, that's the plan then. We'll book it for the exit.
Libro looks up, and you see text appear above their head with a question mark, and Troy looks down and is like, oh no, book it means to run.
Yes.
I didn't even think of that. It's okay, Libro.
Don't worry, Libra. We got your back, buddy.
Libro, the text above their head appears and just says, I'm learning so much.
All right, well, how do we get off this thing?
Well, we have to wait until we get to the bottom.
There is a button that signals that you want to exit when you get to the bottom.
Okay. Well, let's
Topaz,
push
just
it.
let us know.
Okay, so you crest up, and just as you get above the top, and this is a pretty slow Ferris wheel. As you go down, you see that it slows down, and when you get to the bottom, it stops, and the door opens. The attendant says, the little halfling attendant says, is everything okay? Do you need anything?
We just wanted to go
good.
one round.
Yeah. Also, I feel
Oh.
terrible, and I think I'm gonna barf all over this thing if you don't let me out right now.
Oh God! If you barf, we'll have to shut the whole thing down. Get the hell out! Yeah, get out.
We're going, and I burst off the thing and start running.
As we're stepping away, Topaz is going to cast pyrotechnics on the
Oh.
part with the other people in it, and that is going to be a 20-foot black smoke, or 20-foot radius black smoke, so they will not be able to see any side of their that range.
All right, so
That
you
is
can
perfect.
you just see the closed cabin, which has glass and all. Suddenly, a black smoke just appears instantly inside and then starts to seep outside. You can see that people are knocking on the windows, the two people who were inside, and then they smash open the windows and the smoke goes billowing out, and they're just reaching out, coughing, and they're not looking at you. They're just trying to survive the smoke.
Dude, you should take care of that electrical problem. And like, let's...
The
I don't know,
halfling
maybe
turns
they were
around
hotboxing.
and is just like, ah! Okay.
They might have been hotboxing.
Definitely. You should definitely check those guys out.
Yeah.
God, I'm gonna kill Jeff! Ah! Okay, so you begin to run.
We have to stop by his cart and get the mini topaz on the way
Okay,
back.
so are you all running, or are you
there time?
just trying to
Walk
like
quick,
are
be
you,
casual.
Pyrotechnics does not last long, so I think we're gonna need to run.
Okay, you go past Jeff's, and as you do, he waves and says, "Hey, I got your 2 plushies here."
Give,
He
throw
gives.
him. Let's
He
go.
throws the topaz one, and then he goes and gets a beholder one and throws that.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Okay, bye.
I've got him, and I'm like going.
You see as you're going, a lot of people are watching you suspiciously. The park is not very crowded, but Glinda, the sausage queen, as you're running past, is just like, are y'all okay?
Diarrhea.
Ah!
Everyone.
Godspeed.
God.
You run past the cutout for quote unquote photo opportunities, and you see that there's a portrait artist standing there painting someone that is, and you can see there's a sign that says portraits in 4 hours or less, and the person who is behind that cutout looks very tired.
I'm so sad we had to miss that. All right, let's go.
Okay, so you run past, and at the gates, the attendant says, "Thanks for coming to Rolling Coin. Bye, I guess."
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, you get lost, but you notice that there are a lot of people who are dressed in all black who are now crowding around that clerk up front, watching you as you go back.
Hello.
So we're out of the park.
You're out of the park, and you're back now into Ilis, if that's where you were going.
Okay, so we're within the city outskirts, but a lot of people saw us there, and a lot of people saw us leaving.
Yes.
Okay. Are we currently being followed by anyone?
Make a perception check.
I'll do it too.
Fucking look around. Looking around for stuff.
17.
14.
Avery, you would notice that there's a warehouse nearby, and you see that there are 2 people all clad in black standing outside watching you guys run back into the town.
Shit. They're everywhere. They're literally everywhere.
As they notice you seeing them, both of them look at each other and then go back inside, and they close the door behind them.
Yeah. Thought so. Assholes.
Troy just says, haven't ran in a while. Topaz, your life is even more interesting than I ever would have thought.
I don't know if that's the word I'd use to describe this particular situation.
I was going to say fucked up, but in an endearing way. I'm enjoying my time with you. That is a little scary though.
So are we back at the casino now?
Do you want to be? You're back into the
Well,
town,
not
but you
probably.
haven't went
I'd
into the
be back
casino.
to the casino.
Do what?
Should we go back there?
No. I think.
Or we could try and go grab one of those weird guys. See if we can question them.
As you're mulling around, you do see the streets are pretty crowded. There's a lot of people going about their business today, but you do also see Otto and Flicka arguing with the ogre out in front of Lorna's place, the Magical Expo.
Well, we haven't seen those two in a little while. Go talk to them.
Are we still being followed?
You don't notice anyone following you immediately, but you've been seen by a lot of people, and you've clearly held some interest.
Okay, I think we've lost them. But to be very careful.
Well, Otto was looking for you earlier. May as well go say hi.
Yes, I suppose so.
So we'll stroll up to Otto and Flicka very casually, not like we've just been running for our lives, also with giant stuffed animals in our arms.
Otto is arguing with the ogre out in front. He's like, I've got money, and I want to spend it. Let me in. And Flicka just repeats, money! Otto sees Kazri come up with stuffed animals and says, where'd you get those? Also, hi!
Park down the road. It was great.
Oh!
Fancy meeting you here.
Oh, God, don't go there.
Why not?
It's a songbird operation. And he looks around.
No,
He's like,
it was more like a fun operation. We shot a gnome out of a cannon.
Why didn't anyone tell us that?
I mean, a catapult.
Otto, the gnome, is like, wait, did he want to be?
Well, he got paid for it.
No.
Okay,
Kazuri convinced him.
we need
We
to
also
talk.
threw grenades.
Topaz points at the door and she says, are you trying to get in here?
Yeah, this big oaf won't let me in. And the ogre just looks down grimacing and says, he doesn't look like he has money. Otto does look pretty dirty.
Topaz says, well, I'll pay for it if you steal something from you.
The ogre looks down, not moving his sight from the dwarf and the kengu, and just says, go in. And Otto and Kinku go to walk inside, and Otto just says, I'm sorry, Otto and Flicka. And Otto waves like, come in. And ushers everyone inside.
Okay. Topaz will follow.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah. Libro's still hanging on to you, by the way. So
Baby.
you go inside,
Aww.
and Lorna looks kind of depressed at the back at her desk, and then she's actually laying down, like, face planting, just like, And then she stands up and says, hi, welcome to Lorna's Magical Expo. What can I get you?
Lorna, you seem distressed. You seem not your chipper self.
You've met me once. It's been a day. What's up?
Well, how can we make your day better? Do you want a big beholder stuffed animal?
She looks at the beholder, and the beholder has one big eye and then little tentacle eyes coming out, but each of the tentacle eyes look very happy, and then the mouth is it's like one of the colon capital D faces, and it has little fangs coming out, and she just says, yeah, actually I kind of do.
Well, right, here you go.
Oh, thank you. Where did you get this?
The amusement park.
Oh, that's why it smells like this. Okay, well, thank you. And she goes and
We
puts
made
it on
it
the
alive.
shelf. That's good. Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. We almost got blown up, but I saved the day. Don't worry.
Oh, well. She looks down at your boots that are just chef's kiss, and she says, well, looking like that, you always would.
Right? And I give her a high five.
She high fives you back. Otto pulls everyone over in the corner. It's like, listen, we gotta talk.
Yes, we do.
Alright, what is it, Otto?
And Troy actually whispers over to Topaz, like, was this the little was this the little guy who they said stole that thing from Draz?
Oh, we've never seen this guy before in our lives. Yeah, that was the guy.
Topaz says it's complicated.
I was going to say.
Oh well, very well. Okay. And Otto says, I have a job.
Yes. I was going to wait until Knot was back to ask you about that, but go ahead.
There's a I got word that the Songbird's got a pretty major shipment of some real terrible stuff in, and I obviously I don't like them. So I was thinking maybe I could hire you guys, or you could assist me in ridding the city of this bootleg awful drug.
In what way would we be doing that?
Well, there's been reports that they've received a shipment from the docks of a smuggled drug called vermilion in, and it's being stored at one of these local warehouses they have. And I was thinking we could just go in and burn the thing down, or destroy the vials. I don't know.
Burning things down is right up my alley.
It would be.
You're just saying we should get rid of this shipment, not rid the entire city of drugs, because I don't think that's ever going to happen. But
Well, so he says, the problem is the stuff that they bring in is normally it's not that bad, but the stuff that they sell is very cheap, and it can kind of wipe people's memories.
Maybe it sounds useful. Maybe we should steal it.
I
Think
mean,
of a handful of people that we could use that on.
sure, whatever, as long as they don't have it. But in any case, they probably got a lot of money in there too that we could also steal.
It does sound pretty exotic for you, Mr. Otto. You sure do get involved in a lot of crime around here without being a criminal.
He thinks for a second
Catherine,
and
do
says,
you know what the definition of a criminal is?
hey, I'm pretty sure he is a criminal.
I mean, I'm trying to be. It's crime against
He
criminals.
does like
That's
Robin
fine.
Hood
Right?
stuff, you know? Like,
Troy,
like-
Not a
He's a
convicted
nice criminal, but he's a criminal
good
nonetheless.
criminal. See, me too. I'm gonna remember this.
Otto just says, yeah, sure you are. And Troy looks down and says, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Is this a Songbird drug operation?
Yeah, it totally is.
This screams Songbird.
Now, granted, if we do this and they find out who we are, they'll be super, super mad at us, and they'll probably kill us. If they can find us and they can get us and everything. But also, Halcyon Ventures, you might, well, he motions to Topaz. You're probably fine. You're employed by them. But the rest of you, if you're trying to get in good with them, this might be a good thing.
You do realize that the Songbirds are already upset with us, right?
No.
They've been
I
following us
mean,
every
yes
year.
and no. But like more upset than the other day.
Yes.
As
Oh,
in,
well.
we just ran for our lives from them.
Oh, well, what do you
at
have to
the
lose?
amusement park because we didn't know it was a celebration.
What do you have to lose?
Good point.
Our lives.
I don't think we have time though, my friend. We gotta go back and help Topaz with her fancy show.
You don't have to do it today.
Oh, well, maybe tomorrow. Maybe next week. Who
Sure.
knows?
I mean, sure, whenever you're bored.
Good to know we have something in
Just
our back
going to be
pocket,
there
Otto.
whenever we're bored.
There's also I got a list of items I'm looking for too. I have the list back in my my hotel room, and he
Should have brought it here to Lorna's.
well, it's yeah, hindsight 2020, foresight. he leans over to Topaz and says, "Hey, come here."
She looks like kind of concerned, but she comes a little closer.
Okay, closer. He leans in and whispers, looking at Flicka the Kenku, and says, "I found something in a book that might restore Flicka's voice, and I want to get that done?
Restore it.
Well, she can only mimic.
Yeah, but isn't that just how Kenku are, or?
He thinks for a second and says, it's kind of a curse, though.
Okay. So what is it that you're looking for?
The list is in my room, but, like, it's something you might can help me with sometime.
Okay. Nos has the day off today. Once he's back,
Wait,
I
what?
will... Why
We
is
don't
everyone
see him
so
here.
Surprised by that.
I thought that
Listen,
was just his life.
He's not here today. I will talk to him tomorrow when he returns, and then I will get back to you.
Oh.
All right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that sounds great. Okay, using my normal voice now. And,
Do I hear this?
unless you were
Like-
extremely close.
Okay.
But he does say, listen, anyways, it's just a thing to do. And he says, I'm just in here to buy a couple things, so I don't really need anything else too much. But he does look over at Kaz. You're like, that's a cool charm bracelet. Where'd you get that at?
Right here in this very story.
He
You should ask
turns.
Lorna about it.
He turns and says, "How much for the bracelets?" And he goes over and talks to Lorna for a bit.
All right, well. Does anybody need any supplies while we're here so we don't have to deal with the ogre twice?
Lorna sells Otto one of the bracelets, and then she walks over to talk to the group. It's like, is there anything I can get you all? Perhaps another book? More fancy boots?
Topaz would like to look for something either kind of like that cloak that Nos had, the one that he put on her, and it was like people got disadvantage on perceiving her or something like that, or like some other item that has a similar sort of effect that would help disguise her appearance a little bit.
Okay. So, Lorna leads you over to it's like a ring of cloaks that are hung up on hangers, and she says, well, some of these have that enchantment on it already. However, I can place that enchantment on any of these, and she has a whole array of colors and different trims. There are some very thin ones that are made out of like almost a lace material. There's some thick woolen ones. She says, what's your style? Wait, you're the singer, right?
That's me.
Oh, well, everything here is, all of these here, they're on sale today for 500 gold each, just for you.
Are there any that... I'm trying to think of... I think she probably wants more of a lightweight one. If it looks more like a... What's the word? Like a cover-up or a kimono type of jacket rather than a cloak, like a fantasy cloak.
Also, more like a robe type thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So she has some of those, and she says there's, well, the DM saying this. Wisdom and perception checks made to see you have a disadvantage, and you have advantage on stealth checks made to hide.
Okay.
So that's the thing she can give you for 500 gold.
Okay. And how much would it be if I wanted you to put that enchantment on an item of clothing that I already own?
Oh, well, 250 gold. Okay. This is all very fine, high-end stuff, but moving the enchantment over is not as big a deal.
Of course. She'll say, might come back with an item of clothing then at another time, if that works for you.
Excellent. Yeah, that would be great. Are you all satisfied with your charm bracelets? Do you want to add any more charms to them?
What other charms are there again?
What would they do?
She points at a list of charms. There's ones that add plus AC. There's ones that add there's ones that work as a communicator to where you can communicate with other people that are wearing the same charm. There's various other enchantments that can be done custom-wise. So each of the bracelets can hold 3 different enchantments. They have the light enchantment on it now.
Okay.
And they can hold 2 more.
how much is it for the charms again?
It depends on which one.
The AC one.
The AC one is an additional 200 gold.
Per?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's the
One-
expensive
one
one.
AC
I got the cheap one.
Adding
know?
adding an AC is a big
Don't
deal.
come cheap.
Yeah. The light enchantment was nothing. Like the AC, that's expensive.
Yeah.
The communicator's pretty cheap, but the AC one is not.
Yeah. No, I don't think Topaz seems offended by any of these prices. She just needs some time to decide what she wants exactly.
Right.
But I think she's just gonna kind of browse and think about it. I don't know if she's gonna buy anything just yet.
Okay, and you just see she has a deal on +1 weapons, and then there's a bunch of different lavish things, and there's also a very small bookshelf in the back.
I already bought all the porn off of it, though.
No,
Unless you
Topaz
got
will-
something new in.
Libro perks up.
I was gonna say Topaz will take him over to the books.
Libro
It's kind of
jump.
freaky though, right? Like seeing
Look at your brothers and sisters.
unliving versions of yourself
Ew.
sitting there.
Mhm.
Libro, the text appears above their cover, but it turns to face you. So Libro is still facing the books, but the text is projecting backwards. And the text just says, they're just future friends with a smiley face.
Aw.
Cute. But also
And-
But there's no other porn, though, is there?
There's no other porn. There's a book on the, there's a cookbook. There's a book on the history of the 4 epics of the world, which are like the time periods, EPOCHS. There's a book that is on the 5 universities of the world, and then there's a book that is on the history of the Halcyon Ventures Company.
How much is the Halcyon one?
It's 1 gold.
Oh shit, I'll buy it.
Okay. Libro projects above their head, just says, good choice.
Hmm.
So Lorna takes 1 gold from you.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. I hope you enjoy your book.
I will.
All right,
Li-
well, let's get back to the casino, I think.
Libro, from his magical dust cover, ejects a gold into Topaz's hand and says, could you buy the cookbook for me?
Oh. Yeah, she'll buy the cookbook for him.
Okay. So Lorna takes the gold and says, I've never sold a book to a book before. This is it's kind of interesting. Troy's just smiling and says,
Meta.
that's my child, always learning, always loving to learn. And Lorna looks at him very
baby.
suspiciously. Yes. Yeah, that's
I love him.
Oh. Okay, so once she buys the cookbook and she hands it up to Libro, does he like suck it up or what?
Yeah, the dust cover. It's a much bigger book than him because it's like a full color illustrated
Right.
cookbook.
Yeah.
Their dust cover opens up and just engulfs it. And as that happens, you can see that inside of Libro there's a bag of holding enchantment into their dust cover.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Interesting.
I think Topaz says, I wonder how much you can fit in there.
I wonder how much porn he has in there.
Oh.
Does Kazri say that?
Yes.
course she does.
Libro, the text appearing above their cover says a lot,
Libro and
and
I are kindred spirits here, all right?
Libro says a lot, ... and a lot.
Perfect. Well, we got a book exchange. Boy, have I got something in my bag for you, my friend.
Oh my god.
Libro question marks project above their head, or I say head cover the book head,
The head of the book, yeah.
and Libro flies over to Kazri.
All right, we'll make some exchanges later. This is
You
not
get
the
you get an
place
okay
for
and a
such
smiley
things.
face. Oh ... Okay, smiley face.
Ew.
It's not pleasant company, Libro. Come on, man. Keep your dirty business to the private sector of the world. Let's go back to the hotel.
Okay. And so you go back to the hotel, and as you do, Troy walking alongside Topaz says, "Have you seen seen Ceres today by any chance? By the way." I haven't heard from her all day.
She will look around for a moment and say, I know where she is, but I think that would be best kept to private venue.
Oh, well, it's strange for her not to send me a... Well, we have this note exchange, and I didn't hear from her today, which is bizarre, so,
Topaz says, there's actually a few things that I think we need to talk about when we get back to the hotel.
Oh, sure. Yeah, always happy to talk. So, okay, are you going back to the hotel now?
Yeah, unless somebody needs to stop anywhere on the way back, I guess.
No. Feel like I've eaten enough for the day.
Okay, you do walk past Fantasy Applebee's, the bottomless cauldron.
Mozzarella sticks to go, anybody?
Absolutely not. I can't afford to do anything that will harm my performance later.
Troy
I
just
only
says,
said it half-heartedly. I just
No
I
dairy.
didn't believe it myself.
Troy's just like, I don't think I can take that. Sorry.
I don't think
Good
I
idea.
can either, actually. I feel like we've had enough, but man, those sausages.
Was the mighty Khazri defeated by the fiendish carnival food?
I was going to
Defeated?
say, that's unlike you.
Well, I mean, if
I
I
haven't
have to
known
get
you very
the
long, that is
mozzarella
unlike
sticks
you.
just to prove a point, I will.
Well, do
And
it.
I do.
Okay. So the guy working the front counter says, will that be a medium or a large?
Medium. Probably ought to take it
Medium.
easy here on
Okay,
this.
and he comes back with 20 mozzarella sticks with a giant tub of marinara.
Perfect. Just what I wanted. I am secretly feeling a little uneasy about this, but I am going to start on them.
I think Topaz says, Khazri, I do hope you won't be sick later. It's going to be running security later tonight.
That's a good point. I'm going to put it in a to-go box and shove it in my bag for later, actually.
Okay.
I hope they keep.
Of course they do. They're mozzarella sticks.
Oh, yeah. Troy's just like, yeah, those things surely keep for, weeks.
At
He-
least.
He looks at Topaz like, I have no idea.
Checks out to me.
Sounds right.
Whatever you say.
Fantasy Applebee's.
Okay,
All
so
right.
you're walking back to the casino, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you doing once you're inside? You're in the lobby.
Well, it sounds like we need to tell Troy some...
Yeah, I think
Hard
Topaz is
truths
gonna
here.
suggest that they go up to her suite.
Okay.
And because she needs to start getting ready for her show anyway.
Okay, and it's about
So,
6 p.m. at this point.
Yeah. So
Perfect timing.
do that, and she will. I think once she gets in there, she'll start. I'm trying to think of how to word this. She's gonna start changing.
Behind her fancy screen.
Yeah, but she's got like a thing, so she can still talk to them at the same time. And I guess I'm trying to think of exactly how to go about this.
Is the screen something to where you could see not details but a silhouette through?
Mm-hmm.
Troy's trying not to watch too closely. He's just like looking almost with uncomfortable intensity towards Khazri and Aver, and he looks like he's blushing a little bit.
All right, well, I'm going to
I'm just
sit...
trying not to
I'm
giggle.
gonna sit off to the side and pull out my porn book and give it over to Libro.
Libro snaps it out of your hands as soon as you pull it
You
out.
better give that back when you're done,
And
man.
then he flies away. They fly away and goes, and they sit like a book, just like on the couch, and start reading that book.
Well, give me one from your collection. Jeez, that's not very fair.
They come back, open the dust cover, and a book pops out, and it is another Grox Grumblers.
One I
And
haven't
then-
read.
And then Libro flies back off.
What's the title of this one?
The title of this one is so let's see. It is edition 3. And it is
Grox Grumblers. He's gonna make up a title on the fly.
The title says, "The Enchanted Dragon Blows Me Smooches."
Seems a little
It's a little
tame.
compared to
Libro.
Well,
Well, you don't know what he's blowing.
Libro's...
Other than smooches.
Yeah, good point. Good point. It got dirty already. I'm
Saying.
gonna crack open the spine and start reading.
Well, you notice
Might
that
be some foreshadowing. Who knows?
the cover is another illustration by Ike, and it is a dragon that is blowing a kiss of fire that flies across
Saucy. All right.
a village.
All right. I'll go ahead and peruse that in the corner as we're talking.
Okay.
While they're doing that, I guess Topaz will briefly explain this whole tablet situation. I think she's not going to go into too much detail, but she is going to explain that that's why Nos is gone today.
It's a Critical Role crossover.
Not
Sam Riegel
again.
eats your heart out.
Now make sure you tell Troy about how great Nos was at scaring away that dragon.
Oh yes, she'll explain like that they went to Kiza and all that stuff. I think she's just kind of don't think she's going into a lot of detail about exactly like play by play how it all went down, but she will explain, they went to Kiza, there was a dragon, they killed the dragon, they found Tolkis, and Tolkis explained to them what it was, and now Nos and Tolkis are researching this tablet, and we think that the tomb related to this tablet is underneath the casino.
Wow, that's a lot. So, wow.
That is why
Hold
we
on.
think the songbirds are following us.
1 second before you respond. Allie, are you creating a braid beard?
What is happening?
I need things to do with my hands.
No,
She's like a
no,
dwarven.
please continue. I'm fascinating.
I love it.
This is amazing.
I was just thinking about how cool that would be.
That would be awesome.
I always
Doing
have the
it.
pen in my hand. It's because I need to be doing something with my hands.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Like,
love
put
it.
down.
Yes, everyone
I'm just
has
like
a
playing with my dice.
braid
Yeah.
beard. What you can do with your fancy hair, Kayla. Oh my goodness.
my
All right,
God.
sorry to derail, but I just saw that and I thought that was the best thing ever.
Aaron,
Listen,
please grow out your hair so we can do this.
if my hair were longer, I would grow it into like a like a epic dwarf beard. I mean, I could grow one anyways, but like I don't like feeling facial hair that much. So, but like having like a temporary
It's a
dwarf
good
beard,
look.
that would be pretty cool.
It's
I
a
would
good
be
look.
down to it.
Kayla, it looks good.
Yeah.
I support
I'm
It
it.
looks
into
like
it.
a necklace with like a braid coming from it.
Yeah, why
it
are we
looks
not all doing this?
I just look like a dwarf.
What the fuck is her name? That one Bleach character that has the braid beard.
I never watched
I'd
Bleach.
watch Bleach.
There's a character who has her hair braided in front of her like this, and I can't.
I
remember
love
her
it.
name.
I've never thought about
feels
that
weird, though. I
concept in
don't
my
like
whole
it.
life.
I'm
Anyway.
I'm super. I think this is a cool thing. I have also screenshotted it.
Oh
So
no!
yeah.
Fuck.
So thank you.
Well, I guess the
Um,
VOD will be on YouTube.
That's
She's
true.
a perfect
Proof of our shame.
braid beard.
Love you all. So Troy just says, "Wow, that's a lot." So it sounds like what you're trying to do is a good thing. So best of luck to your assistant on his travels. I'm glad Ceres is with him.
Yes, I
Trust me.
specifically made sure that he was going with adequate protection.
No one's going to mess with them. So, have you seen Ceres fight?
She did kill a man in front of us, yes.
Just one?
Well, we had already pretty much killed the other ones.
Oh well. She has a most career military out of Umbria served for much longer than Ceres did. She had accomplished pretty much all she was able to in the 12-year period she was employed with them. She is an absolute terror on the battlefield, and I am I'm glad she likes me.
Okay, but Troy, what kind of romantic interests is she interested in?
What do you
Just out
mean?
of curiosity. Like, what does she find attractive, in other people? But other people like me,
Oh, are you asking?
Wait, what?
Are you asking if you're her type?
She's interested in her, yes.
Yes, am I her type? Is she my type is really the question, but we'll start with that one
Well,
first.
I would not presume too much, but she tends to like people that are, I guess, simultaneously assertive and flirty, but also show a lot of interest. So, she's a she dates all sorts of people. So yeah, you would probably fall into her type.
Oh, geez, all sorts, eh? Well, fine. Well, we'll just see.
Boy.
So,
That's about
how?
the
Doesn't make
nicest
me
way he
feel
could have
very
called her desperate.
confident.
What did you say?
My goodness.
I said that's about the nicest way he could have called her desperate.
That's right.
Well, she.
Very articulate.
I'll be blunt about this. Sarah's might be in love with me.
Really? I am very interested in that.
It's awkward.
Topaz doesn't say anything, but she is listening to this.
It's a little awkward, but I mean she's a great friend of mine, but
How do you two know each other anyway?
oh well, I was traveling for some time, and well, she saved me on the road to Umbria, actually, where I was going to do some research, and we just sort of kept hanging out, and she actually saved me more than once over the years. So we've known each other for several years now, and then
You've just not gotten tired of each other? You're just still hanging out, I guess? You're not here on the same job as she is?
No, she wanted a friend to come with her because she felt like it would be a little awkward and lonely here in a big city by herself. So she asked if I wanted to come, and I was like, well, I like adventures, and we were close friends, so I came.
Sounds like it'd be a perfect opportunity to make a move, Kazri.
Could be. Well, I do think that we should tell her this information and not you, Troy. As much as I trust you, I just feel like we know the story a little bit better, So
Troy,
if you could just kind of keep it between us for now, that would be really great.
I mean
we should be keeping it between us forever, honestly.
Yeah, it sounds like a thing not to tell a lot of people, but yeah, Kazri, if you're, are you interested in Ceres?
Well, I don't know. Who knows? Any port in a storm, right? We might die on Monday.
Troy just thinks for a second and smiles and says, if you need advice, let me know.
Oh my god.
This might be good for both of us.
And I turn back to him and I say, if you need advice, you let me know.
He smiles and looks over in Topaz's direction, then blushes and looks back and he says, I'll let you know.
Topaz says, so yes, Monday we will be investigating underneath the casino. So she kind of trails off to see if he is going to ask to come or what.
Well, first of all, I should ask, are you allowed down there?
I presume not, but I don't know, honestly.
He thinks for a second and says, have you been down there?
No.
Maybe some scouting is in order, but what can I do to assist?
Well, what are you good at?
He points at Libro. That.
Well, we do love Libro,
I
but
mean,
that kind of seems like a longer term project. Like, how can you fight, like, handle yourself in a battle situation?
He smiles and flicks his finger, and a fireball appears just in the middle of his palms. Like, I could throw this at you.
Well, I don't want
Please
that.
Please don't throw fire in my
Don't
apartment.
burn the hotel.
He
Maybe
does.
when we're drunk later.
He does throw it up just a bit, and then juggles it back and forth between each of his hands, and says, "Oh, that's why they call me Quick Draw Troy." And then he flicks his finger again, and it goes away.
Oh, well, that's better than what I was thinking.
Oh, what were you
Stop
thinking?
Nothing. I
He,
just giggled to myself like a kid.
he laughs and says, They actually called me that because I was too fast in art class.
Oh.
That's what I was
well,
wondering. I was wondering if there was double.
I'm pretty quick with the
yeah.
sketchboard. That's all.
Still different than what I was thinking, but thank you for that tidbit. All right, well,
Still not sure what you were thinking, but okay.
sounds like you can light stuff on fire, which is pretty handy.
It's nice as long as I don't get it too close to Libro.
Oh, yeah, good point. He's made of paper. Okay, well, do you think Ceres would be down to help us, or do you think she's going to react poorly to this news?
How much does she know already? Because there's a conflict of interest there.
Nothing.
Okay, so here's the thing. Ceres is employed by Halcyon Ventures. If you are
Right, we
asking
know
her
that.
to do a thing that will jeopardize that, then you're asking her to do something that is in a direct conflict of interest with her, and maybe that's not a great thing. I'm not saying she won't do it. I'm also not saying she won't report
I'm in
it.
the same position.
I guess that is true. You're gonna need to
But at the
go
end of
carefully with
it,
that.
Halcyon Ventures and the Songbirds are at odds with one another. So the enemy of our enemy is our friend.
I'm just saying, if you talk to Ceres, you might want to be a little careful about that. She is what is the word? What is the phrase I picked up in my travels in Nim? Ain't no snitch, but she is here in some sort of a investigative property. So
I'm learning new words every day.
Oh, you didn't
Maybe
know that
she'd
one?
appreciate the information.
No, I don't
She
know.
she might. I will let you make your own decision there.
Well, the other option is that we let her go after the songbirds while we take care of it on the other end.
Well, I don't think she actually wants to go after the songbirds just yet. But when that day comes, he laughs for a second. He's like, the streets will probably run red.
Dang. Well, I do feel like she's probably a total badass, so I'm looking forward to that. But that's not exactly what we're looking for on Monday. We're just really looking to do some underground scouting and hopefully not run into anything that is terrible, including songbirds.
Well, you're going to what was it rumored was the sealed tomb of was it a warlock? What was that?
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Yeah, that sounds great. What could go wrong? You know, these sealed tombs have traps. They have guardians. They have things that explode.
We're looking at three very competent and extremely capable ladies here, so.
He thinks for a second. He's like, I guess you're right. You are right. I'm just saying, don't expect it to be necessarily easy or peaceful.
Well, if we thought it was going to be easy or peaceful, we would have already gone down there.
Do you want to do any scouting before Monday? Or are you planning to
Do we even know where the entrance is?
You don't know anything. You've never been down there.
Down there, but do we need to get a jackhammer and like cut a hole in the ground, or what? Is there
You don't
like
know.
a door to get in there?
Tolkis just said that the area was rumored to be below where Ilis was, or Ilis is.
Topaz says, we haven't done much of anything. I have my shows every night this weekend. I can't miss that. That's why we were going to wait until Monday to investigate.
All right. Well, maybe
Tomorrow morning, maybe we could.
there is also tonight if you wanted to go and to take a look around and then delve further in the future.
We could go in the sewers. That's why I bought these boots. And then I show off the boots again.
Those are lovely boots, and if you want to wade through shit all night, feel free. But maybe it's a good idea to go the late hours.
But where would we go if not the sewers? I don't know any other way down. Do you have a secret stairway somewhere you're hiding there, Troy?
There's 2 basement floors to this place. They're on the elevator.
That's pretty helpful.
That's a start.
While they're discussing that, Topaz is going to say, Aver, I need you. She's going to snap her fingers.
Oh, yes, my lady.
She has like a lace corset that she needs help with.
Okay, I will help.
Troy is just like, is Aver Nos now?
Just for tonight.
today.
Oh. By the way, I can't believe Nos got in a roaring match with a full-size dragon. That's
Oh yes,
It
it was
was
quite
pretty-
impressive.
That's if I didn't trust all of you completely, and he eyes Kazri just a second, I would think you were lying because that sounds like a work of fiction. But no, I would believe it knowing Nos. That's incredible. He is. Well, I tried to come give you a dozen roses after your show, and he sure scared the hell out of me.
I did hear about that.
Very
Yeah.
formidable.
He's very protective of you. Do you know why?
Topaz is quiet for a moment. She says, well, as I mentioned before, I've had quite a few unwanted suitors in the past, and I think he feels a responsibility to ensure that I don't get mixed up with the wrong people. Of course, I can take care of myself, but it is very sweet of him.
Troy thinks for a moment and says, "Well, I hope I'm not the wrong people, but that's a very kind thing for him to do for you, I think."
Depends on who you ask.
I'm sure you'll grow on him eventually.
That
He's
would-
quite the stubborn sort, if you know what I mean.
That would be nice. He seems like a nice guy.
He hasn't been my assistant for over a year for nothing.
Wow. How many other assistants have you had?
She's thinking about it for a long time. Well, let's see. There was that one. And then the elf before that. The gnome. Probably about, I think I went through about 20 of them before I hired Nos.
Holy cow.
Wow. That's
Wow.
a lot of assistants. Well, I'm sure Libro would love to help if you ever need them. And Libro comes over, by the way, and you can see text floating above your screen that just says "Sure would."
Aw.
She says, that's very sweet of you, but I'm not sure
I don't
if a
kn-
book can help me put on my costumes.
I don't know how a book would lace up a pants.
That is a difficult thing, I believe. Libra goes over to Kazri, by the way, and brings back the book. And their response for the content was just this. floating in the air.
I love it.
Yeah, man, it's a little wild, but I have to say, this book that you gave me was a total snooze fest. I feel like we could do better there, Libro. Both of us, we can do better. I think we need to
Libro
be on the hunt out for some better porn.
Libro projects above their cover again and says, "Actually, no." They open their pages and begin to draw a couple lewd pictures.
No, Libro. Yeah,
And then the
hold on.
text appears, maybe we could do better.
Nope, no. No, you know what?
And you see an
I
idea
really
float
appreciate
ahead.
it.
You see an
No,
idea float
it's-
above that says Kazri and Libro Erotica Company.
Oh,
I do
God.
like the
Oh,
tone
okay.
of that.
It's in Comic
let's-
Sans, by the way.
I don't know, man. Let's leave the writing to the professionals, but we should hunt down more books.
Very well.
He looks so sad. Very well. Libro, all sad.
Let the
No.
baby write some porn, okay?
Well, I'm not against it.
Runner
I'll
up
read
for
it.
title of the episode.
let him flex his creative muscle.
But...
The book writing a book.
Meta.
Meta. Okay.
Version.
So Troy just says, so your show's soon. Do you want to do some scouting afterwards, or do you want to just wait?
The thing is that I'm worried if we become stuck in a situation that we can't get out of easily, it may be difficult to be back time for us to get a good night's rest. But I suppose it doesn't hurt to at least go down to the basement and see what's down there.
Okay. Okay, so with that, your show is like in 30 minutes. Do we want to go do that, or do we want to wrap up and do that next time? I'm good to continue, but if y'all need to wrap up, we can do that too.
I'm okay with whichever.
Yeah, I'm okay either way.
Okay. So we go to the show. Topaz goes down there. Troy, before you leave, Troy's like, "Oh, do you have a ticket for me on Libro, perhaps, or should we wait outside?"
Can I skate for tickets?
Well, we can be scouts out in the lobby.
Nos has all the
Neither of us
tickets,
have
yeah.
tickets.
Not what?
Nos did take all the tickets.
Yeah. So.
Oh, well, okay, I will wait outside with Casually. Perhaps I can give her some advice on Ceres.
Yeah,
What
we'll
am I
look out for some creeps.
What am I inflicting upon my friend? I do not know, but sure. Okay, so... Oh, continue.
Oh, she was just gonna say, may Avandra help you both.
Troy laughs at that.
And then, she'll go off to her show. Poor Aver is probably
follow her.
frantically having to do lots of things for her.
A pile of stuff in her
I'm
arms.
doing my best.
Libro comes with
She's
Aver.
probably getting yelled at, and I'm sorry.
What are you doing? My best.
Libro comes with Aver and offers her moral support and just any assistance.
Oh, thanks.
So I want Aver, I want you to roll a because it's funny, roll a survival check.
What the? Okay, I have +6 to survival. That's fine. 24.
Oh, wow. Okay, so maybe she doesn't get yelled at.
Great.
You're actually just kicking ass. Libro's gonna roll for that too. Libro's thoroughly overwhelmed. They look stressed out.
Oh, it's okay, buddy. We've got this.
You get a little smiley face. Yeah, we got
Aw.
this. Topaz, roll for performance. With advantage, you've been doing this forever.
Y'all are getting a taste of what Nos has to deal with every day.
That's right.
That is a 25. Ooh.
You're killing it. You are absolutely slaying out there.
Hell yeah.
Slagger.
As you as you look out in the crowd, you don't notice anything that is out of sorts this time, but a lot of people are throwing you flowers during your finale.
All right.
Do
Okay.
Troy or I see anything suspicious out front?
You do see some people dressed in dark clothing walking by, but they appear to be people who are just visiting casinos. Roll a perception check.
Okay. Perception check.
Perception.
13.
You don't notice anything. Troy seems to be distracting you too because he is kind of excited about hooking his friend up with someone, but he is also he's a little nervous at first because he's like, oh God, Kazri. She seems...
Oh, now he's trying to scrape her off on me, man. Now I'm feeling all second guessing about it.
So he's just like, yeah, so he's telling you like some conversational topics that she likes and stuff.
Well, what are those?
If you want to ask about anything about military history, sparring, martial stuff, she also really likes clubs, and she adores mimosas and particularly rosé wine.
Does she like stealing things?
No, she's pretty, I don't want to say straight edge. I mean, you could probably talk her into it, but she's probably not going to go out of her way to steal something. She's fine on money anyways.
Yeah, but that's not really the point, is it?
Well, if you were to
Jeff
convince her
Bezos
to...
is fine on money and he steals from people every day.
Oh, eat that, Jeff.
Yeah, eat it, Twitch.
Burn.
No, we love you, Twitch.
Oh, wait.
Don't
Amazon
send
owns
us
Twitch.
away.
Oh, no, we're shutting down. Oh, no.
Don't send us away, no.
Oh.
Well, it sounds like maybe we have something in common and maybe we don't. What's your story with Topaz? Why don't you ask her out?
I think we have been going out, right? I don't know. It's hard to tell.
I don't get that impression.
Oh, well, what should I do then?
We'll ask her out.
Oh, it's like the bottomless cauldron or something?
Probably want to make it a little bit higher than that. She's a classy lady.
Okay, maybe we could go to the Umbrian again. Or maybe one of these, what was it, zip lining? Is that fun? Is that a fun date?
I I don't know if that's really up her alley. Maybe a private chef. Do you know any of those?
Oh no. Does the
Hmm.
does the casino have a head chef we could hire?
I don't know. If Nos was here, he would tell us. I don't know anything.
Curses, no Nas. I'll investigate. That's a great idea.
What
Private
will
chef.
we do
And not-
without him?
Nos
do we
would
do
tell you
without
how to
him?
ask her on a date anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, Nos would not encourage that, but I
No.
will. But yeah, I feel like she's a classy lady, like rooftop picnic or like private chef or like fancy. I don't know, fancy stuff, you know?
What about? They do have some private cruises
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
where they
You
take
should
you
go-
out on
you
a
should
small
do that.
luxury craft. And
Yep, luxury. That sounds perfect.
Okay. I'll look into it. Maybe if we survive the pillaging of whatever tomb on Monday.
Yeah, you can thank me later for that super good advice.
Okay, so everyone's done. What are y'all doing now?
Well, show's over, so
I'm
if we're gonna go
helping
down in the basement, then we gotta
Topaz.
go.
Well, I think Topaz needs a bit to not be in a wig and stilettos, but once she
Change
changes, yeah.
and. Okay.
Allow me, my lady.
Aw.
Ava, I'm shocked. You're doing so well tonight.
I'm doing my best.
Libro,
I'm scared.
Libro is attempting to help, but they're not doing very well at it.
Well, that's okay, Libro. I think I've got this.
Libro,
But I
you can
appreciate the
be
moral support.
Libra, you can be of help by just sitting over there and looking cute.
You are adorable.
Okay, so time rolls past. By the time you're done and everyone meets in the lobby around 11, what's happening?
I guess we're gonna go down to the base? Question mark?
Is there just an elevator there?
Yeah, here's the thing. If we're getting in the elevator, Himbo Man is gonna be in there, right? He's gonna have to
that's his
take
job.
it down there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
Stairwell?
is there a stairwell?
Service elevator?
So there's a
I mean,
stairwell.
without Nos, who knows where you're gonna get lost? Oh no.
Yeah.
There's a stairwell that goes upstairs, but there is also a service stairwell that you have heard about that goes downstairs and upstairs. The employees use it, but you've never used it.
What's the name of the person that I'm thinking of? Second. Tulsi.
Mm-hmm.
Is she at the desk? Front desk?
She is at the desk. She's looking a little sleepy, but she's there.
Tulsi, good evening.
Hi, Topaz. Yeah, how are you? How was your
I'm
show?
great,
I heard all of the
thank you.
applause. As
Yeah,
usual, it
it
must be
was
so glamorous.
She says, listen, I need you to do me a favor. I think Nos dropped something of mine when he was down in the basement the other day.
Oh.
And he has the day off today, so I'd like to go grab it myself if you could show me where that stairway is.
Oh, well, she looks around and is like, have you ever been down there?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, just, B1's fine. They got supplies down there. Don't. Be careful in B2. Yeah, okay, come with me. Is it just you, or, she's looking at her friends, I don't think
We're all going.
I don't think I can send anyone except you. You're the only one who works here.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
That's okay.
Okay, hold on one second. Give me a second to see what I can do to make her change her mind.
You can try to persuade her.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just seeing if I have any spells that would help with that a little bit. Yeah, that's not gonna work because she would know that she did it. Yeah, she'll say, well, I just think it would be easier to find it if we had more eyes on the ground, you know? There's quite a lot down there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Make a persuasion check.
Agreed.
My persuasion's pretty good. That is a 15.
Yeah. Persuader.
Tulsi looks around and says, "Okay, I need you to promise me something, okay? If they catch me letting you all down there, they're going to fire me. So, can you just take care of me if something happens?"
She'll put her hand on Tulsi's shoulder. She'll say, "No one will ever know that you."
Okay, come on. And she waves everyone behind the desk. She's just looking around, and there's a doorway behind her, and she brings everyone through. And she shows there's a service elevator and a stairwell. The service elevator, she says, it's working, but it's not very good. So let's take the stairs. So just go down. You said B2. Is that what you need, or B1?
B1 is fine.
Okay, well,
do the stairs go all the way down, or?
Yeah, they go all the way down. So just you can go as you please, and I'll be at the desk.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tulsi.
Sure.
She'll slip her 2 gold.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay.
For your trouble.
Okay, thank you. And she actually blushes a little bit.
Okay. Down the stairs we go.
Let's do it. Freaking ready. Everybody pile down.
Are we doing this whole bit tonight, or?
It will be short.
Okay.
So you go down, and the first floor doesn't have anyone in it at this hour, but there's a lot of kitchen equipment. There's a lot of refrigeration technology stuff that deals with food. There's also some vaults dealing with money, but you see the hallway to the vaults, and the vaults are they are guarded, and there's even signs that says "Guard Checkpoint Ahead." And then you also see the stairs go down into B2 as well.
Well, I think we probably want to go down to B2, right? So let's skip over the guards and just go down.
Okay.
Keep going down.
Going down to B2, you see a big open floor that is just has rows and stacks of boxes and shelves that are just they're stocked with various things such as decorations, supplies, all sorts of stuff. However, down here you hear a rumbling coming from the other side of the room.
Well, obviously we gotta go see what that is.
Let's maybe be sneaky about it.
Yeah, let's be sneaky about it.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth, everyone. Troy is also rolling
Is
stealth.
a 17 from me.
Troy rolls a 17.
Oh my
I rolled
god, we both rolled 17.
Libra
I
rolls
rolled a
a
19 plus 10, so I get 29. I'm the most stealthy ever.
Libra rolls a natural 20.
Holy
We're all
shit.
fucking
Everyone
stealthy
does
as hell.
so well that Aver
I-
manages to blend in.
Really?
Yeah, so like they're
I'm
just
okay with that.
you're stumbling, but everyone's just like helping you. It's like, oh, poor Aver, she's fine. So
Oh.
you get down, you walk across the room, which appears to be empty, but at the other end there is there's a door, and you see another stairwell that goes down.
Is the growling coming from that stairway?
It is, yes. It sounds like some sort of a power tool, almost like a jackhammer.
Okay.
Well, let's go.
The
Better
sound,
than a beast.
as you, the door has a very small window, and the sound, as you get to it, the sound stops, and you begin to hear some voices.
What are they saying?
I'll tell you. Just a second. Topaz, you would recognize this voice. It is the voice of the CEO of the Halcyon Venture Company, Viessa Ingo. And you also hear the voice of her assistant, Ordo Underhill. Viessa is... I'm pulling up my list, sorry. Viessa is an elf, and Ordo is a gnome man. And you can hear Viessa say, Ordo, I take it we're on schedule. We found the entryway, And how are the efforts going to open the door? And Ordo speaks back. It's like, every effort we've made has been repelled by some sort of magic, so I think we're probably just going to need the key. And you hear Viesa sigh and says, we'll redouble our efforts to find it. Maybe I can contact our new asset to try to find it. And by the way, have you had any progress on the new musician's contract? And at that point, the voices get fainter as they descend the stairs further.
What do you hear?
Did only Topaz hear that? Or
Were you listening at the door? Who was listening at the
Yeah.
door, I guess? If you were listening at the door, you would have heard that. Troy was not.
I guess I was not.
okay. I think Topaz just gestures like we gotta go right now.
Let's go.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We'll talk about it upstairs.
Okay, so everybody's going?
Yes.
Beeline it back to Topaz's room.
Well, maybe not super loud because we don't want them to hear us.
Quietly
Down there?
beeline.
Okay,
And she's going to. Does Libro still have that clip that she gave him?
he does, yeah. He's wearing it right
Okay. She'll say, "Can I borrow that for just a second?"
now. Words appear above their head. Says, yeah.
Okay. She'll take the clip, and then as they're coming out, if she sees Tulsi,
Mhm.
she'll be like, "Oh, thank you so much. We were able to find exactly what he dropped."
Oh, that's great. Was there anyone down there?
Not that we saw.
Oh, excellent. Have a good night.
Wait, true.
Then let's head up to Topaz's suite to discuss that, I guess.
Okay, so you go back up to Topaz's suite, taking the elevator. The orc talks to you for an uncomfortable amount of time, but it appears like he's a little uncomfortable with it. You get the feeling like he's one of these people who talks because he feels he has to. He's like, well, hope you have a great night. Heard your show was good, as I hear always. See you later.
I think she's probably not even paying attention. She's giving Libro the clip back and like putting it on their head. On their head.
Libro just kind of you get a happy aura from them.
Okay.
So you're back in your apartment now.
Yes. Topaz kind of flops down on the couch. She looks a little pissed, actually. But she says, they already know, and they're already trying to open it.
Well, they can't though. They don't have the key, and we are the only ones that do.
Yes, but they're clearly working with the Songbird to get the tablet.
That or they're trying to get the tablets from the songbirds, and they were talking about Ceres. I don't know.
Either way,
Who is the asset that they were talking about?
Troy just
I mean,
listens.
I thought it was Ceres, but I don't know.
I thought so too, but I don't know what to expect now.
Either way, we have a big problem here, and I don't know that it's safe to. I don't know. I think we need to wait and talk to Tulkas and Nos about this before we do anything else.
Yeah, I mean, how much
Okay.
time do we have on your contract, though?
She kind of was avoiding talking about that on purpose.
Troy
so
just
she kind
says,
of-
"What about your contract?"
My lady?
Aver the sweet babe.
I love that. That was so good.
Sorry.
Allie, you get an inspiration dice for next time. Remember that. You get DM inspiration.
She says, well, in theory, there should be another year or two, but it sounds like they may be interested in ending that sooner than expected if their conversation is anything to go by.
I mean, maybe it's just somebody else that works in the casino, you know? Maybe they're building another theater.
Troy stands up and is like, and they would... Can't believe anyone would want to get rid of you. It's insane. I won't
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah.
I
me
mean, you know,
neither.
the what control I have, but like, that's
lame.
crazy. So good at this.
Well,
Exactly. Well, we'll
regardless,
deal with that later, I guess.
Yes, I think that's something that can wait.
You hear a knock at the door.
Date card coming
My
in.
lady.
Let's go.
Oh, it's Nos?
You're...
He's
That's what he
back.
sounded like.
Well,
So
thank
He
God.
knocked at the door. Do you open it?
Yeah.
He is standing there with Tulkas and Ceres. Tulkas and Ceres are both holding piles of books and scrolls. Nos is carrying nothing. He says, "We need to talk."
Yes, we do.
And we'll end it there.
And scene.
And scene.
Okay, cool. That was fun. That was a little longer than normal, but I think that was a
It worked
nice
out.
one.
Yeah.
Side
Yeah.
party.
Poor Wes
what-
is
what
probably
is
going
an
to get the synopsis and be
inspiration?
like, "Oh God, what happened?"
What does an
Everything.
inspiration dice mean?
So there's two types of inspiration. There's bardic inspiration, which lets you add
Yeah.
the inspiration. You know how it works. You played a bard, so
Yeah, and then
Um,
there's DM inspiration,
which
which
it gives you advantage
know
on
how
the
that
roll.
works.
It gives you advantage on a
Oh,
roll
okay.
that you can select whatever roll you want for it to be.
But it's
Uh,
only one.
okay.
Yeah, any advantage on a d20. So it's like if you want to get advantage on a persuasion check or advantage on a save or advantage on an attack, just
And
once.
you roll like a 3, and you fucked up.
Yeah, you can
That's
choose
what you roll,
to you can choose to use it after you know the fact and the outcome. Sorry,
Oh, okay,
you can use it after you know the value of your roll, but not before you know the
but
outcome.
not before the outcome.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
So
that's
if it's like a 14 or something, I'm like,
yeah, that's the thing I've
But if
historically
you roll like a nat 1, then you're like, yes.
oh yeah, fuck that.
I've historically been kind of bad about using those, and I'm trying to use them more because I think it's a cool mechanic,
Oh.
but I just forget a lot. So
Yeah.
okay, cool. I think that was fun. Everybody in stream, thank you for hanging
Good
out with
session,
us.
guys.
That was
Thanks
good.
so much.
We had 2 diarrhea jokes.
Oh my God.
We had
At
more than
least.
that.
I feel like that's kind of low for us, so that's nice.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's a real
learning
shitty
to control
campaign.
ourselves.
Topical.
Hey.
Ayo.
Glares at Ollie.
You do that all the time.
I
Come on.
know. Those in the stream who don't know, we're dating, so
Yeah.
long-term relationship. So we
What?
make I know, right? So we make like terrible puns at each other all
What?
the time.
I've never
my
Dump
God.
joke.
Oh my god, it's the first I've heard of it. Yep.
Oh
Okay,
my
so
God.
all right. Bye everybody.